in our own backyard are facing hunger every day. Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades, and simply just their well-being.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 2 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Centos. A Naperville man has been found guilty of first-degree murder in the beating death of his wife. 61-year-old Alan Wang was convicted after a 4-day trial for the 2020 murder. Police were called to the couple's home on March 8, 2020, just before 5 p.m. for a report that a woman had been found who was not breathing. 35-year-old Hung Yan Yang was taken to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead. The Will County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in locating 24-year-old Haley Perino, who was reported missing and endangered from her residence in the 19100 block of South Richard Avenue in Mokina. Perino was last seen in the early afternoon Thursday. She's described as a white female, 5'1", weighing 150 pounds, with brown hair, gray eyes, and an unknown tattoo on her left forearm. If you see Perino or have any information about her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately. A new Larkin High School football stadium has gotten a nod from the Elgin City Council. The 2,250-seat stadium would allow Larkin's football team to host Friday night games under the lights on its own campus for the first time in the school's 63-year history. The Daily Herald reports the Elgin Area School District U46 school currently plays home football games at rival Elgin High School's Memorial Field, located about 4 miles away. The new $11.8 million complex will be built in the same location as an existing field. It will feature a modern stadium with a turf field for football, soccer, and other sports, as well as a high-performance track. A man was taken into custody Thursday morning after police say he smashed the window of a moving vehicle as a crowd gathered around federal officers on an Aurora street. Aurora police were dispatched at 10:26 a.m. for a disturbance in the vicinity of New York Street and North Madison Street. There, a large crowd was gathered around federal officers in the road. Police stayed in the area to monitor and ensure the situation did not escalate, but tensions rose, leading to the man breaking the window. Police say he was taken into custody to prevent further violence or property damage. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Ooma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to handle the busy holiday season, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
My name is Tricia Grosser, and this is taken from the pages of advertisement 100 years ago today. What is the expression of your figure? How about your figure? What does it express? Pride or carelessness? That depends on what you do about it. If you leave it to its own inclinations, it soon will follow the lines of least resistance, and they certainly are not the lines of style. Figure grooming is the only thing to do. Without the slightest sacrifice of comfort, you have the proper proportions, the lines of loveliness, the smooth, flowing contour of fashion, and the flat effect back and front, regardless of weight, size, or age. Our corseteer will be pleased to show
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, mostly cloudy with a high near 70, temperatures falling to around 68, and a decent chance of rain. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 52. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 70, temperatures falling to around 65 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 64 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with cherry berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimony.
Theriault Booth, a leading local law firm, is located on the beautiful Fox River in downtown St. Charles. Here's Ryan Theriault.
For better or worse, there are just times people need a lawyer. Whether you are involved in a work injury, in an automobile crash, selling a home, or even planning for your estate after your passing, we're here. We're local. We're part of the community.
For more information, visit them on the web at tbfirm.com or give them a call at 630-526-4242.
Hey Bears fans, want your business heard during every heart-pounding moment of the game? WRMN 1410 is now offering in-game ad spots for Chicago Bears broadcast. Be a part of the action as thousands of die-hard listeners tune in each week. Whether it's a touchdown, turnover, or a timeout, your message will be right there in the mix. Spots are limited and going fast. Call WRMN 1410 today at 847-741-7700 and score big with in-game advertising that delivers results. Get in the game with the Chicago Bears on WRMN AM 1410. When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
Finding a reputable business shouldn't require luck or chance. But how can you tell who you can trust? Pro tip, the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the better, check with the BBB first, because better businesses are honest and commit to high ethical standards bureau. That's why they're better. Always look for the sign of a better business and find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
Now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com is the book called DUI Jury Trial, which is the true story of a truck driver in Illinois who was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol. Not only was he facing a revocation of his driver's license, but also a lifetime disqualification of his CDL, which would prevent him from ever driving a semi-truck again. This book includes backstories of the truck driver, the lawyers that defended the case, and the DUI expert witness who analyzed the case and then testified at trial as to the proper protocol procedures of the field sobriety tests as well as the breathalyzer test. This nonfiction novel also includes the actual court transcript from the jury trial, a courtroom showdown in which the final verdict would determine the fate of the defendant's livelihood. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
Hey Bears fans, want your business heard during every heart-pounding moment of the game? WRMN 1410 is now offering in-game ad spots for Chicago Bears broadcast. Be a part of the action as thousands of die-hard listeners tune in each week. Whether it's a touchdown, turnover, or a timeout, your message will be right there in the mix. Spots are limited and going fast. Call WRMN 1410 today at 847-741-7700 and score big with in-game advertising that delivers results. Get in the game with the Chicago Bears on WRMN AM 1410.
Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
Fitting in shouldn't be hard, whether in life, on the court, or in the classroom. At Elgin Community College, you could find your place alongside those expanding their horizons, exploring rewarding careers, and achieving their dreams. A place for doers, thinkers, and believers. At ECC, we see you, we believe in you, and you'll fit right in. Learn more at elgin.edu/belong.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Clutter happens, but junk doesn't have to weigh you down. At the Junk Luggers, we're your full-service junk removal and hauling pros, tackling everything from single-item pickups to major cleanouts. We handle the heavy lifting, and with our commitment to the green way, we rehome and recycle to keep your unwanted items out of landfills. So, whether you're clearing out the garage, downsizing, or saying goodbye to old furniture, we make the process eco-friendly and easy. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com today. Let's save your space and the planet together.
Are you suffering with anxiety, depression, PTSD, an eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem? If it's causing problems at work or with your family, get help now at Insight Mental Health and Wellness. We can help and treat all types of depression and mental issues. We'll help you use your insurance to get away from it all to a beautiful, sunny, and tranquil vacation-like environment so you can recharge yourself. And with the Family Medical Leave Act, you could take the time off you need from work. Plus, with the Affordable Care Act, your treatment could be 100% covered. If you're suffering from any kind of anxiety, depression, PTSD, eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem, use your insurance and get away from it all. Come to sunny California. Call Insight Mental Health and Wellness now. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. That's 800-419-0287.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast to Coast right here on WRMN 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Noory with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Ready to tackle your junk piles? Call the Junk Luggers. From old furniture to entire cleanouts, we do the heavy lifting. And here's the best part. We rehome and recycle as much as possible to keep it all out of landfills. Feel good about your cleanout the green way. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com today for your eco-friendly, stress-free service.
They were best friends, inseparable in fact, until the day Miguel died. Every day his friend visited Miguel's grave. Rain, wind, weekends, holidays, every day. Miguel's closest friend, Capitan, his German Shepherd, is a symbol of loyalty to which we can all aspire. Loyalty. Pass it on from passiton.com.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
My mom has taken up going to the park. to practice yoga. My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
Fox River Valley, I call the place my home. Fox River Valley, no more will this sky roam. I've been north, south, east, and west, but there's one place that I love the best. It's the Fox River Valley, I call it my home. There's the roar of St. Charles, Geneva, and Elgin, up and down that river. Algonquin and Dundee, McHenry, South Elgin, I ride there in my flivver. I've been north, south, east, and west, but there's one place that I love the best. It's the Fox River Valley, I call it my home. Fox River Valley, I call the place my home. Fox River Valley, the more will this sky roam. I've been north, south, east, and west, but there's one place that I love the best. It's Fox River Valley, I call it my home. There's more St. Charles, Geneva, and Elgin, up and down that river. Algonquin and Dundee, McHenry, South Elgin, I ride there in my flivver. I've been north, south, east, and west, but there's one place that I love the best. It's Fox River Valley, I call it my home.
To another edition of the WRMN Bears Tailgate here from Newman's Corner Pub in Hampshire. Sorry about the delay, but that's how live streaming video and technology works here. Thank you, Double D. I appreciate it. And I am Derek Geyer, joined currently by Nick Johnston.
Yes, sir.
On your from On the Rise, you're from Blow the Whistle, basically every sporting program here on WRMN. Really.
Why not too? Why not?
Yeah, So how you feeling? How you doing after this weekend?
It's been good. It's been fun. It's been a weird week of football overall.
Yeah,
a lot of chalky things, a lot of big wins across the board. Joe Flacco still being relevant in 2025 is
my goodness. Where in the hell did that come from?
I don't know. Help me out fantasy wise. Get Jamar Chase being useful, but overall it's been fun. Crazy on the college side too, but I know we're focusing more on the pro side today.
Yeah, we're considering this is the WRMN Bears Tailgate here,
whoop, whoop.
And yeah, so
live from Newman's Corner Pub here.
Live from
Beautiful
Newman's Corner
Hampshire,
Pub.
Illinois.
Absolutely. Fantastic atmosphere. So come on out when you get off of work. Shut up, Frankie. Yeah. That's right. Frankie will be on the mic a little bit later.
We're rotating. We're talking a bunch of stuff today.
Yeah, we're talking.
To get to. We got the betting side today. We actually, previewing the actual game itself. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun day.
Yeah. I had a whole list of things that I wanted to get to.
Let's do it.
Considering the fact that might as well get to the current iteration of the injury report. And this injury report is being sponsored by St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. Get back to doing what you love with expert orthopedic and spine care at St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. From advanced surgery to personalized rehab, our specialists are with you throughout your care journey. St. Joseph Hospital, now a proud member of Prime Healthcare. We're here to keep you moving. Schedule your appointment today by calling 847-931-5525. That's 847-931-5525. Or visit stjosephelgin.com. All right, so as far as I can surmise, you want to take the Bears injury list there, Nick? And I will go through with the Commanders.
All right, cool. Across the board, looks like Grady Jarrett is going to be out today. Did not practice all week long. Still going to have questions across the board, including Austin Booker, Travis Homer, Colson Loveland, that's going to be a huge question mark. Got to get him involved. He had a full practice on Saturday, so it's looking on the up and up for him on that side. Same thing with Cairo Santos, still coming in questionable, and had a full practice since Thursday, so that's really nice. Jaquan Brisker looking good. TJ Edwards, Kyler Gordon, Jonah Jackson, Kyle Monangai, and Darnell Wright all looking good for the Bears, so big positives across the board. Did not have Kyler Gordon these past few weeks, so I think that could really help on the defensive side, considering they just did not want to tackle Ashton Genty and the Raiders 2 weeks ago. So
no, not at all. And they were using.
To be fair, I wouldn't want to tackle Ashton Genty either, but I don't get paid to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the extra week of rest, there were some questions or whether or not he was going to make the start against Vegas, but I think cooler heads prevailed, and they did the right thing by sitting him out, considering the fact that, there was an off week coming back Monday night tonight. So I think that's definitely a boon for them.
Hope so. We're going to get the Spider-Man back, baby.
Yeah, Spider-Man, come back. Get another pick. Get a couple of interceptions there, or maybe even a sack. I think he's going to get a sack.
Ooh, okay.
And as far as the Commanders, we've got John Bates. Looks like he will be playing. He's the tight end for the Commanders. Noah Brown, wide receiver. He was listed as did not participate, and he is actually out as far as the last report.
It's the guy that caught the Hail Mary last year, so it's humongous.
The Hail Mary for them, the Fail Mary for the Bears. Let's see. We've also got Sam Cosme, guard. He is doubtful for today. Then we got Jaden Daniels. Looks like he was full participation all week, but they still have unspecified injury as far as that goes. Terry McLaurin, wide receiver, quad out, did not participate in any of the practices. Chris Rodriguez, running back, he's suffering from a calf injury, did not participate throughout the week. He's questionable. And Debo Samuels, wide receiver, did not participate either Thursday or Saturday, and he is listed as questionable as well.
Actually, perfect timing by Adam Schefter. Tweeting it out right now. Commanders, Debo Samuel listed as questionable for tonight's game against the Bears due to a heel injury, is expected to play per ESPN sources. So there you go.
So
Lisa Salters, that was the source right there.
Oh, okay. Lisa Salters on that one. And I'm really looking forward to the fact that what was it? TJ Edwards coming back.
Yeah.
So
anything to help this Bears defense.
Yeah.
Anything, truly.
TJ Edwards. The one glaring hole for me still is the guy that we picked up on during the offseason, during free agency, Grady Jarrett. So he's been hurt. It's going on 6 weeks. And there really seems to be like no forward momentum as far as him getting healthy, him actually contributing to the team. And is this just another, well, looks like we have maybe about 30 seconds or so. So why don't we save this to the other side? And we'll talk about that when we come back, and then we'll hand it off to possibly Tyler Butterball Buterbaugh and or David Double D Dykstra from Blow the Whistle here on WRMN 1410 AM. And we are currently out at Newman's Corner Pub in Hampshire. Let's hear it, guys.
Yes.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Cintas. A new Larkin High School football stadium has gotten a nod from the Elgin City Council. The 2,250-seat stadium would allow Larkin's football team to host Friday night games under the lights on its own campus for the first time in the school's 63-year history. The Daily Herald reports the Elgin Area School District U46 school currently plays home football games at rival Elgin High School's Memorial Field, located about 4 miles away. The new $11.8 million complex will be built in the same location as an existing field. It will feature a modern stadium with a turf field for football, soccer, and other sports, as well as a high-performance track. A man was taken into custody Thursday morning after police say he smashed the window of a moving vehicle as a crowd gathered around federal officers on an Aurora street. Aurora police were dispatched at 10:26 a.m. for a disturbance in the vicinity of New York Street and North Madison Street. There, a large crowd was gathered around federal officers in the road. Police stayed in the area to monitor and ensure the situation did not escalate, but tensions rose, leading to the man breaking the window. Police say he was taken into custody to prevent further violence or property damage. A Naperville man has been found guilty of first-degree murder in the beating death of his wife. 61-year-old Alan Wang was convicted after a 4-day trial for the 2020 murder. Police were called to the couple's home on March 8, 2020, just before 5 p.m. for a report that a woman had been found who was not breathing. 35-year-old Hung Yan Yang was taken to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead. The Will County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in locating 24-year-old Haley Perino, who was reported missing and endangered from her residence in the 19100 block of South Richard Avenue in Mokina. Perino was last seen in the early afternoon Thursday. She's described as a white female, 5'1", weighing 150 pounds, with brown hair, gray eyes, and an unknown tattoo on her left forearm. If you see Perino or have any information about her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your priceless vinyl collection. Sure, you sleep on a futon because the money most people would have spent on a bed you spent on more records. But forget the fact that you can stream just about any song ever created for a few dollars a month. No, you need to listen to music in the most difficult way possible. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they know life gets busy. That's why they're here 24/7 to keep your car looking spotless, fast, and easy. Their advanced brush-free wash technology delivers a sparkling clean without a single scratch, because they treat your car like it's their own. Here's the best part. Right now, you can get a free car wash just for joining their text club. It's simple. Just text BRITT to 30400, and your first wash is on them. Britain's Touchless Car Wash has 2 convenient locations, 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin and 555 Willow in West Dundee. They're proud to keep your car clean while giving back to our community. Text BRITT to 30400. That's BRITT to 30400. now for your free car wash and see why Britain's touchless car wash is the fast, gentle, and reliable choice.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, mostly cloudy with a high near 70, temperatures falling to around 68. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 52. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 70. Temperatures falling to around 65 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 68 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-1313. 800-791-1313.
A loved one owns a gun, and for a while now, you've been concerned about their behavior. They're just not acting like themselves. They've been distant, they've been unpredictable, they've been lashing out. They've been saying things that make you worried they might harm themselves or friends or family. Or you're worried this loved one might hurt you. Maybe they recently threatened someone with their gun. You know something needs to be done, and you wish more than anything you could hit pause on this situation. Well, here in Illinois, you can, with a firearm restraining order. In extreme cases, this order temporarily prevents a person in crisis from having a firearm, giving them time to heal before they do something dangerous or even deadly. If you are worried about a loved one in crisis who has access to a firearm, learn more about firearm restraining orders at illinois.gov/pause to heal. A public service announcement brought to you by the Illinois Department of Public Health, Brady, and the Ad Council.
And welcome back to Newman's Corner Pub.
Hello, Newman.
Hello, Newman. I'm going to steal your bit on that one.
There we go. Yeah.
And you are currently listening to another WRMN Bears Tailgate. So we left it off at the break with the talk of Grady Jarrett and will he ever play this year for the Chicago Bears? Which kind of brought me to the point of, like, off the tippy top in my head with the squirrels running around, whether or not Poles is doing a good enough job.
Oh, wow. Tying that all in together.
With, hiring or getting free agents in here, because this is yet another player that is hurt and isn't contributing anything to the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, it's a tough look. I'm not going to say we expected it, but a little bit older on the older side is Grady Jarrett. So, not like I said, not the tail end of his, peak of being a Grady Jarrett of the Atlanta Falcons peak Grady Jarrett. It's tough. Like I said, I don't remember giving up all of a ton for Grady Jarrett, so it doesn't really hurt there. But yeah, only 3 games played, 4 tackles. It hasn't been the best. Hasn't had his presence be known and be felt. But overall, it's just been injury riddled throughout this entire Bears defense. So it's really pinpoint on him and be like, oh no, that's the reason why they're doing so poor on maybe some defensive stats. Not exactly fair, but there's a little bit of a case. I wouldn't break my back stretching on this of like, Grady Jarrett, and then turn that into that was kind of like a small domino turning into the big domino. You went from Grady Jarrett into like, is Ryan Poles doing a good job? Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's one of those things that I was thinking about because, over the course of the last, 4 games, if you are playing against the Bears, you want to run the ball.
Oh, yeah.
The defense is, as opposed to last year, with the defense being okay on the line, to now all of a sudden being Swiss cheese turnstile that I was using last year for the offensive line of the Bears. Now it's kind of this way for the defensive line of the Bears.
Yeah.
And with
Johnson was pretty brutal. We knew going in that maybe the defense could have been a little bit better. And I overall said a while back on a couple other different shows, just like maybe the Bears roster just isn't as talented as we all thought they were. And again, that could probably tie into a little bit of a Poles issue. I'm still giving them a little bit of a pass. There's some sort of ways to be better. I don't know. I've liked somewhat of the construction of this team, but of course it could be better. Getting free agents over here has been just an overall issue. I don't know how for Chicago and just in all just across the board.
Yeah, I mean, we do love our Chicago sports teams. I mean, especially the Bears. The Bears rule all. We all know that. And as far as like the free agents coming here, I haven't the slightest idea. I don't know what the word is out on those streets. But as far as this upcoming game against the Commanders, how do you think they are going to, or how they used the bye week to get into a good frame of mind to come into this Monday night game against the Commanders to where they are going to either like bolster things up as far as like defensive pressures, defensive calls, whether or not they're going to be going man zone, whatever, or, the offensive side of things.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, honestly, going into the beginning of the year, I felt like, oh no, a week 5 bye, that's way too early. But again, like I keep saying, injury riddled throughout. So this is actually kind of a little bit of a blessing to get this early bye, get a couple people back and get their feet underneath them. As far as what we're going to see, I just hope that I think the weaknesses of the Bears and the Bears defense is right there, and Jaden Daniels going to want to run all over us. Bill, Ja'Cory Krosky-Mara is going to have to want to run all over us. So I think that's going to be a big issue, considering, again, all these wide receivers are out for the Commanders, or at least banged up and hurt. Like I said, Debo going to play, but still a little bit didn't practice basically all week. So it's kind of tough. As far as what you're going to see from the Bears, hopefully DJ Moore wakes up a little bit. He loves playing against the Commanders. Yep. This is usually his go-to. His 200-yard game is on the line right here. But I just hope, again, like Rome is clearly the number one now.
Yeah, I definitely think that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't complain about him and DJ because, the last 4 weeks, Rome has caught a touchdown pass.
Yeah.
So, and he seems to be the release valve for Caleb back there.
He's the go-to. He's clearly one of Caleb's first reads, if not the first read, every single time, and rightfully so. He's very young and very talented.
And the one thing that I will say with the Bears' offensive line, only giving up 7 QB sacks so far in the first 4 weeks of the season.
That's good.
Now, if you were able to put everything into perspective off of last year with 68 sacks. With that being said, all those games, so you would actually be averaging about like 7 sacks probably 5 sacks per game, somewhere around there. Give or take. My math is off, but that's why I'm on the radio. I am not a mathematician. But I kind of think that it's been a good place to start, because now all of a sudden you're giving Caleb Williams a bunch of time in the pocket, whether or not he's like scrambling around.
The line is finally average. It's not giving up a gross amount of sacks. And it also helps that Caleb is very elusive. He's been able to make some athletic plays and some athletic moves to get around some other sacks and some QB pressure. So that does help a lot too. So yeah, like you said, you're on the right track of this offensive line is getting better, and it's just can it hopefully translate to maybe a better run offense for the Bears?
Well, that's what I would definitely like to see.
I would hope so.
Because, I mean, all we heard up until the very first game of the season when they were playing against Minnesota was, Minnesota! We want to run the ball, and then, do the whole play action pass thing. Well, the running the ball hasn't necessarily been there. So the play action pass hasn't necessarily been there as well.
And that was obviously Ben Johnson's bread and butter when he was over in Detroit. Jared Goff, I believe, led the league in play action passes, play action pad yardage, and just usage overall, which again, it's been still somewhat pretty effective overall with the Bears, and not, but could be better. Because again, on paper, DeAndre Swift right now isn't very threatening to a defense.
No, not at all. And then you're also talking about, I'm talking about, the usage of the tight ends.
Yes.
Because, they do have 2 or 3 targets, and I'm talking about Kmet per game. Lucky if he only gets 1 reception, but that 1 reception he's getting a nice chunk of yardage on. So he's potentially getting anywhere from, 15 to 20 to 30 yards per reception, Kmet is. Loveland, on the other hand, it seems like, well, he's only getting targeted once or twice. And those passes, which seemingly should be a little bit easier, not so much.
Yeah, last time we saw Loveland, I don't think he completed the game, so it was that big 30-yard reception, but again, went out with a hip injury and hasn't really returned since. So, again, It is an overall tough look when Tyler Warren is going off and he's the leading receiver for the Colts, and you picked him. Obviously, he went after Loveland.
Yeah, and addressing Loveland, as you had said in the injury report, he was a full participant Saturday, but he's still questionable today. So that kind of is, up in the air as far as like his participation and whether or not he's going to be productive. And you guys are currently listening to a WRMN Bears Tailgate live at Newman's Corner Pub here in Hampshire. And when we get back, it is going to be Tyler Butterball Buterball and Double D David. No, Frankie? Oh, okay. You guys pulled an audible on me.
Yep.
Frankie Oliveri Marineri. Marineri Oliveri. So we will be coming back after this short break.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors in DuPage and Kane counties. Established in 1975, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is a volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, the Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin or head to their website at caneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit caneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999 today.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone in your community, or just taking a deep, calming breath when you need it. Nice. For mental health resources, check out loveyourmindtoday.org. At loveyourmindtoday.org, you'll find information that may help you get through a tough time. Things like tips for dealing with stress, how to navigate difficulties like financial worries, anger, substance use, and more. You can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Hey Bear fans, want your business heard during every heart-pounding moment of the game? WRMN 1410 is now offering in-game ad spots for Chicago Bears broadcasts. Be part of the action as thousands of die-hard listeners tune in each week. Whether it's a touchdown, a turnover, or a timeout, your message will be right there in the mix. Spots are limited and going fast. Call WRMN 1410 today and score big with in-game advertising that delivers results. WRMN 1410, where Chicago comes to play. Get in the game with the Chicago Bears and WRMN.
And welcome back here to WRMN Bears Tailgate, live from Newman's Corner Pub.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm Tyler Butterball Buterball, and I'm here with
Frankie Marinara Oliveira.
We're members of
No, I didn't say that.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah, watch your mouth.
We are
live over here.
We are the guys, part of Blow the Whistle. You guys can tune into us at Blow the Whistle. And we are getting you set for Bears Commanders Monday Night Football. My days mixed up, guys. Monday Night Football. And Frankie, let's break this down real quick, because I think one of the bigger news that came out of Hallis Hall was Ben Johnson officially announced Theo Bennett as the starting left tackle, benching Braxton Jones. And we saw Theo Bennett start at right tackle in the first half of the game against the Raiders. And then I thought it was an injury from Braxton Jones. What came down was that they actually just yanked Braxton Jones out of the left tackle spot, and then they moved Theo to the left tackle, and then brought in Ozzie Trapillo from the right. And I don't know about you, but I saw it was day and night difference of that protection, either from pass block to run block.
You easily had to make a change there. Max Crosby was too much of an asset in that first half. He was absolutely babying Theo Bennett on the right side. So, I mean, it was a great move, putting the young rookie, and now the debate goes, of course, Theo Bennett is huge. He earned a spot at the left tackle spot this upcoming game because he locked down that left side against the Raiders. But now the option is Ozzie, how well he played against Max. Is Darnell going to have it? Darnell will have his job. Which is a huge bye week, having him rest it out. So him coming back for Washington, but you're going to have Darnell out there, or Ozzie, who played so well against the top 5 D end and Max Crosby in the league. I mean, it's a tough decision to have, but it's a good decision to have, if that makes sense.
I think it's going to be a similar situation as far as how Theo took over the left tackle spot, because Braxton Jones was just not doing it for the Bears. He was getting bullied and pushed back like 5-10 yards back from the line of scrimmage. Yeah. And obviously, the Bears they used the 10th overall pick on Darnell Wright 3 years ago. So the job is his. But I think with this system, and now with Ben Johnson, like, Darnell Wright's not his guy.
No.
Ben Johnson was not a part of the Bears when they drafted Darnell Wright. So it's really kind of showing you as far as Ben Johnson is putting his guys that he wants in the positions to make this a winning team. We've seen it from the post-game celebrations of Ben Johnson. This man wants to win. Now, I think if Darnell Wright, which I don't think he's done a bad job, you said, Ozzie did a phenomenal job against, like you said, a top 5 edge rusher, Max Crosby. There could be a possibility at some point throughout the season, because now they have, where are we at, in week 6 right now?
Week 6 right now.
They have 11 more weeks straight of football. So they just came off the bye week. So there could be a possibility we see the rookie in Ozzie Trapillo start at right tackle, but I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
I would say, I said good decision. I mean, it's a good problem to have. I'm saying, like, in Ozzie Trapillo, hopefully he could be that floater tackle around. He could fill in for Theo if he needs a breath or whatever. So I think, and Braxton needs to go. I mean, he's 3 years has not proved anything, honestly. Right. He's gotten bullied on the left side.
Especially after getting that extension.
Especially after getting that extension. So, I mean, Ben knows his stuff, and he wants his guy in there. I think there was that we were talking about the whistle that Joe I think brought it up, the Giacomo, about the whole Ben Johnson.
Oh, the conspiracy?
Yeah, conspiracy. Tell him. I think
so. For those, if you guys have not listened to our show or are new to us, we are Blow the Whistle, or part of Blow the Whistle. You'll be seeing more of the Blow the Whistle guys coming on throughout. Sure. But there was a little conspiracy going out, is that every Bears fan did not want Braxton Jones start at left tackle. And the conspiracy that came upon us was that this could be Ben Johnson purposely doing this to prove to Ryan Poles that his guys are not the ones that he wants for his team. And we've already saw it for the first 4.5 weeks as far as Braxton Jones, not the guy. This was Brian Poles' draft pick. Yeah. He was going to die on that hill for Braxton Jones. And clearly it hasn't been the case.
It hasn't been the case. Yeah.
And now you throw in Theo Bennett, the guy that played Canadian football
a year ago.
And he held his own. And he was giving Caleb Williams the protection that he needed. Yeah. We've already seen the sack rate as far as Caleb in his rookie year to this year. Incredibly different.
It
is absolutely completely different. So, and this could be another case. I mean, I as far as Ozzie Trapillo, all signs point towards that this was a Ryan Poles pick because of the Boston College relationship. Yeah. But again, this was a part of, I think Ben Johnson was definitely a part of that draft room outside of the Colson Loveland pick. We knew that was Ben Johnson's pick.
Was Ben Johnson, yeah.
But that's the conspiracy. And we thought it was crazy. And now that we're seeing this happen where a second-year kid out of Canada is starting at left tackle, taking it over Braxton Jones.
So think about it, I mean, it kind of does make sense in a way. Like Braxton, they're already pulling him in week 5 of Ben Johnson's first year here in Chicago. So he already sees something in Braxton that he doesn't like, and he trusts a kid from Canada, just filling the spot right away against a good Washington team. So, yeah, I mean, he well-deserved spot for Theo Bennett, I think.
And now with that adjustment, I mean, obviously we had Ozzie Trapillo in at right tackle, and not only did we see the pass protection significantly better in the second half against the Raiders, but the run game was actually getting going. You saw DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai break out for some good runs. Yeah. What do you see with Theo Bennett at the left tackle and Darnell Wright, a healthy Darnell Wright back? How is this going to affect? Do you see an improvement from the run game against Washington tonight?
Maybe. I would say hopefully we see more runs to the left side. So if they have full trust in this Theo Bennett kid, then yes, we're going to see a lot of more left stretches outside to DeAndre Swift, a little tosses to the left side of the ball. I would say that D-line on Washington's not that bad, or not. It's mediocre. So hopefully the run that is going, because that opens up many plays. I mean, DeAndre and Kyle Monangai coming back, he was banged up, so his whole bye week was huge. I hate week 5 bye weeks because it's too early.
Right.
But considering the case of the Bears injuries, this was huge. Kyler Gordon coming back, Kyle Monangai, Darnell Wright, Jonah Jackson healing up. So it's going to be a huge week, a huge game this today.
I am right there with you as far as I hate early bye weeks. We all saw it last year with the Bears where they went into the bye, what was it, 3-1, 4-1?
Yeah.
3-1, and then they went on a 10-11 game losing streak. But I don't think this is the case. And I think for this Bears team, this bye week needed to happen this early. Like they ended off, they went into the bye week on a high, winning their last 2, sitting back at 500 after we thought the season was a throwaway from the first 2 weeks. But this is getting your guys healthy, and I think this was a perfect time for, all right, we're already seeing what we're missing and we're struggling with early on. I think now getting that extra week, and they almost, I mean, you can say that they had an extended bye because they're playing Monday night now.
Monday night now,
so they got an extra day as far as
2 weeks in a day. Yeah.
Exactly. To kind of practice and get the team back in sync. So I do think that I think we'll see a little bit of improvement from the run game. Like you said, Washington's D-line is not the best.
Mediocre, yeah.
I don't think they have a pass rusher like Max Crosby. No. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of question marks with this run game, like with how they're using DeAndre Swift, how where Kyle Monangai sits in this position.
That's the thing. Like, you got to trust the kid. He's a beast, and he can be an anchor in the backfield. You got to just give him more reps and snaps instead of having DJ Moore in the backfield. You're supposed to be wide receiver 1 coming into this season.
And for the love of God, where is Roschon Johnson?
Where's Roschon?
Especially on this 3rd and short.
Still on special teams. Tackles, yeah.
I don't think they have a loss in Roschon Johnson. I just don't understand why we're not seeing the guy being used as much. People are all like, oh, when they drafted him, like, he was a backup running back. Like, do you not know who he was backing up to? Bijan freaking Robinson.
Yeah.
So, of course, he's going to be a backup running back.
Yeah.
But I do like what I'm seeing about Kyle Monangai. This could be that diamond in the rough 7th round guy.
Rutgers.
I mean, everyone wants Rutgers. Last Rutgers running back to get drafted in the 7th round. Pacheco. Look who he's turned out. He's the
one for Casey.
As far as I know, he's not too bad.
Yeah, exactly.
But we'll see how Kyle Monangai is. I think it is a good mixture. He's a different style type of running back than Swift. Swift's more of your outside guy, getting those sweeps, getting maybe the little bubble screens. Monangai, man, has not fumbled the ball since high school.
Yeah.
And he will give you that extra couple yards that you need on short yardage for sure.
That duo in the backfield is huge, and give him more snaps, give him more reps if he can develop.
Absolutely.
Using DK more in the backfield. That's all.
All right, this is the WRMN Bears Tailgate live at Newman's Corner Pub in Hampshire, Illinois. Getting you set for Bears and Commanders Monday Night Football. We're going to keep previewing this game when we come back next on WRMN 1410.
Little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get annuity do's and don'ts for baby boomers and the annuity rate report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 3 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Sky Rizzi. A man was taken into custody Thursday morning after police say he smashed the window of a moving vehicle as a crowd gathered around federal officers on an Aurora street. Aurora police were dispatched at 10:26 a.m. for a disturbance in the vicinity of New York Street and North Madison Street. There, a large crowd was gathered around federal officers in the road. Police stayed in the area to monitor and ensure the situation did not escalate, but tensions rose, leading to the man breaking the window. Police say he was taken into custody to prevent further violence or property damage. A Naperville man has been found guilty of first-degree murder in the beating death of his wife. 61-year-old Alan Wang was convicted after a 4-day trial for the 2020 murder. Police were called to the couple's home on March 8, 2020, just before 5 p.m. for a report that a woman had been found who was not breathing. 35-year-old Hung Yan Yang was taken to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead. The Will County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in locating 24-year-old Haley Perino, who was reported missing and endangered from her residence in the 19100 block of South Richard Avenue in Mokina. Perino was last seen in the early afternoon Thursday. She's described as a white female, 5'1", weighing 150 pounds, with brown hair, gray eyes, and an unknown tattoo on her left forearm. If you see Perino or have any information about her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately. A new Larkin High School football stadium has gotten a nod from the Elgin City Council. The 2,250-seat stadium would allow Larkin's football team to host Friday night games under the lights on its own campus for the first time in the school's 63-year history. The Daily Herald reports the Elgin Area School District U46 school currently plays home football games at rival Elgin High School's Memorial Field, located about 4 miles away. The new $11.8 million complex will be built in the same location as an existing field. It will feature a modern stadium with a turf field for football, soccer, and other sports, as well as a high-performance track. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Centos. A Naperville man has been found guilty of first-degree murder in the beating death of his wife. 61-year-old Alan Wang was convicted after a 4-day trial for the 2020 murder. Police were called to the couple's home on March 8, 2020, just before 5 p.m. for a report that a woman had been found who was not breathing. 35-year-old Hung Yan Yang was taken to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead. The Will County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in locating 24-year-old Haley Perino, who was reported missing and endangered from her residence in the 19100 block of South Richard Avenue in Mokina. Perino was last seen in the early afternoon Thursday. She's described as a white female, 5'1", weighing 150 pounds, with brown hair, gray eyes, and an unknown tattoo on her left forearm. If you see Perino or have any information about her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately. A new Larkin High School football stadium has gotten a nod from the Elgin City Council. The 2,250-seat stadium.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, mostly cloudy with a high near 70, temperatures falling to around 68. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 52. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 70, temperatures falling to around 65 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 68 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-1313. 800-791-1313.
If your restaurant's grease is causing problems, don't worry. Hopkins Grease Company is here to help. Since 1947, they've been providing reliable grease recycling, grease trap services, and more for restaurants across the Chicago suburbs. With a full fleet and expert staff, they offer quick professional service. And as a family-run business, they pride themselves on delivering personal service you can trust. Call Hopkins Grease today at 847-458-1010. That's 847-458-1010. Hopkins Grease, the Fox Valley Grease Boys.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Welcome back to the WRMN Bears Tailgate live from Newman's Corner Pub in Hampshire. And this broadcast is being brought to you by Vaselli Law. At Vaselli Law, they are committed to providing you with personalized and exceptional legal counsel. Their team brings decades of expertise across a wide range of practice areas, from municipal law and public finance to real estate transactions, economic development, and litigations. They take pride in delivering tailored legal strategies that help you navigate complex challenges with confidence and clarity. Call Vaselli Law at 630-931-8225. That's 630-931-8225.
Thank you, Derek. Welcome back to WRMN Bears Tailgate Show as we get set for you guys. Bears Commanders Monday Night Football. We are at Newman's Corner Pub and live in Hampshire, Illinois, baby.
Stop Bears.
Oh yeah, the vibes are strong. The beer is flowing for the people that can drink beer. Sorry, Frankie.
Oh.
He's got his water. He's doing good.
Juice.
He's got his apple juice. I can't say you because I'll get in trouble. Anyways, this hour is brought to you by St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. Get back to doing what you love with expert orthopedic and spine care at St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. From advanced surgery to personalized rehab, our specialists are with you throughout your care journey. St. Joseph Hospital, now a proud member of Prime Healthcare. We're here to keep you moving. Schedule your appointment today by calling 847-931-5525. That is 847-931-5525. Or visit stjosephelgin.com. Frankie.
What's up?
How you doing, buddy?
Good.
We just talked about the whole left tackle situation. Theo Bennett starting now. Braxton Jones got kicked to the curb. Yeah. Hallelujah.
Well deserved.
We've been waiting for this for about a few years now, and he'll probably get really kicked to the curb. And who knows? The Pittsburgh Steelers might pick him up or something.
There you go, yeah.
But let's talk about one of the bigger stories about this game is this is a rematch of last year's QB1, our first overall pick, second overall pick quarterbacks in the 2024 class between Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels got the edge last year, as we all know how that ended.
Yeah.
The unfortunate Fail Mary.
Turned the trajectory of the Bears season.
Yes.
Right after that, 10 straight losses, yeah.
And then that kind of just pretty much crumbled the whole confidence of that team. So we'll get into this a little later on. I want to talk about the Tyreek Stevenson situation because, that was a big story as far as the Fail Mary. But let's talk about these two quarterbacks because, obviously the 1 and the 2 picked off the board. Some people argued that Jaden Daniels should have been picked up first overall.
Yeah.
Some people are throwing Drake May, for God's sake, J.J. McCarthy. But anyways, we know that this is 1A, 1B in this quarterback class. Obviously, last year, Caleb did not have the O-line. He still threw for 3,500 yards, 20 touchdowns, and I believe only 8 picks. Jaden Daniels just above him. He had 3,700 yards.
They're around the same stat.
They're right around the same
stat line. Yeah.
Statistically, Jaden Daniels obviously more touchdowns and he got to go to the postseason. He actually knocked out Ben Johnson in the playoffs. It was right after the wild card. So, but two talented quarterbacks going into this. Now, this is a completely different situation as far as you would say you have a competent head coach for the Bears is Ben Johnson. We've already been pretty impressed of what he's been able to do for the Bears and turn around completely the embarrassment of last year. What are you expecting to see from these two quarterbacks going into this game?
I think it's going to be a shootout. That's what I think, truly, because Caleb has his guy. He got Colston Loveland back. That defensive backfield for Washington is not that good. Bobby Wagner is probably the only guy that you have to really worry about in that defense, like truly worry about in the middle of that field. So I think him and Rome are going to connect for a lot. Hopefully DJ Moore, you know how he plays against Washington. It's always great.
Yeah.
So and Jaden on the other side though, that's the only thing. It might not be a shootout because Jaden has his feet, of course, but doesn't have guys to throw it to. Terry McLaurin's out, and Noah Brown are both out. They're 1 and 3. So Debo automatically moves to the 1, and Luke McCaffrey moves to the 2. So, and Zach Ertz is his guy too, especially. Yeah. So it's just Jane Daniels can really kill you with his feet. That's the thing. Now he's coming off 2 weeks back from being hurt, so he might have a brace on his leg. So that might affect something. But if you can keep Jane Daniels in the pocket, I think the Bears have a great chance of winning this game.
I think you put it right there is that they need to figure out the Bears defense needs to figure out how to contain Jaden Daniels because like you said, now with Tyreek Stevenson, he's on another level this year, I would say, and we'll get to him in just a second. But you got Kyler Gordon back, and now you got 2 of your top DBs in the Bears defense covering your 2 and your 3-4 wide receivers. Yeah. Don't sleep on Luke McCaffrey.
No,
the kid's a baller. Yeah, don't get me wrong. And Debo, this isn't the same Debo that we've seen in San Francisco. No. But he's dangerous. Whether he's lined up out wide, he's taking balls in the backfield. The guy's going to be all over the place. But with that being said, and the Bears' rush defense has not been off to a great start at all. Ashton Jeanty had his career day against the Bears, where everyone thought this is why you don't draft a running back in the top 10 because Ashton Jeanty has not been living up to the hype as far as being the Heisman winner.
He said himself that he hasn't been able to catch up to the NFL speed.
Well, and he got his stance back.
Now he's
Pete Carroll wanted to go old school and wanted to have him crouch. Like, no, you got to have that little guy stand up. Chip Kelly?
Chip Kelly, yeah.
Oh,
offensive coordinator.
To heck with him. Anyway,
Ohio State Chip Kelly.
don't even say it.
But anyway, actually changing his form is probably at a big time. But it's just hard to tackle Ashton Jeanty in general. Yeah. There's many ways. Like, you need 3 guys to take him down, and it's very hard to tackle him.
But going back to the Jaden Daniels situation, yes, not taking anything out of his arm talent. His arm talent is well beyond there. We saw what he did in his rookie year, what he did against the Bears last year. But I think now that they have a more healthy, you're obviously missing Jalen Johnson, your number one.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to be missing him for the remainder of the season. But let's go to the Tyreek Stevenson thing real quick because we're kind of on that, and then we'll get back to Caleb Williams.
Yeah, sure.
Everything that I've been hearing, Tyreek Stevenson meeting with the media, whether it's on, I don't know if you knew, Kevin Byard has a podcast.
Yeah, I saw.
But if you hear him talk, I think he has gotten very grounded to where he was last year. I think there was a little cockiness going on last season. Like we saw the video of that Hail Mary where he's over here taunting the crowd, and then it bites him in the butt. But he's been playing on a very high level. You saw him how he played against the Raiders last year, or last week. 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry, Jesus.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
But you could see the maturity getting there with him. Do you see him? Do you find him the most locked-in player for this game, specifically because of the situation last season?
You're talking about a play that couldn't have gone more wrong for a singular player last year, and was a root cause. This has to be the most personal game.
Chicago wanted his head.
Exactly. Chicago wanted his head too. Chicago wants anybody's head that's a cause of losing. So it doesn't matter, right? But still, like Tyreek, this got to be the most personal game for him. He's even said, I've heard interviews of him saying that he's bringing his kids into this. He's saying like how I don't want to be. My name doesn't want to be consistent with this play. Like he doesn't want to be the singular guy, and my kids have to live with that too. He's saying something, so it's gonna be really personal for him. He's got to guard Luke McCaffrey. Like that's the thing. It's an easier job for him this time too, and he's been playing out of his mind. He is locked in. That pick coming off the second half off of Geno Smith, full extension dive and pick. That was unbelievable. So this is gonna be personal for him. I hope he plays out of his mind, and hopefully he forces Jane Daniels to make a mistake. And this got to be the most personal game for him.
And I think too, like we talk about the coaching staff all the time, and how much of an impact and how much energy Ben Johnson's bringing. Like, and we see Antoine Randall with the receivers, like the energy.
I love him.
But let's not forget about Al Harris. I mean, former defensive back in the NFL. He is a tough guy to have as your coach, and I think he's been a big part of. And, I mean, obviously Dennis Allen, too, the defensive coordinator, as far as bringing Tyreek Stevenson a little break down to earth. And in that interview that I was telling you about with Kevin Byard, I mean, you got a veteran guy in Kevin Byard in that DB room. But I also think he even credits the coaching staff players that has kind of straightened them out a little bit, as the best I could say.
Ben Johnson has built a powerhouse. Even out, you're missing out Eric Bieniemy too. I mean, Eric Bieniemy, that guy, what he's done in that running back, it hasn't been. Of course, we haven't seen it on the field,
right?
But you see him in practice, just like yelling, screaming at DeAndre Swift and Munungai and those guys. So there's a different tone setter in this new coaching staff, and that's what they needed. That last coaching staff with Eberflus was a little too buddy. Yeah. Now these guys need to settle down, bring them down to earth. You lost. You were 5-12 last year, so you didn't prove anything to Chicago. The Chicago fans deserve better, and you deserve to play better on their field. And
real quick before we got to get out of here, expectations for Caleb. How do you think he responds?
He says this is personal for him too. He says it still bugs him to this day, that Hail Mary. So hopefully Caleb responds. Him and Rome, got to keep that connection going. Use Colston Loveland and Luther Burden, those rookie receivers that you got, and spread the ball out. I
agree. I think it's going to be a heck of a day for Caleb Williams and the receivers. When we come back, we are live here at Newman's Corner Pub in Hampshire, Illinois. WRMN's Bears Tailgate. We're going to have more Bears coverage and Bears versus Commanders coverage for you. And we're going to play a little musical chairs. We got two new hosts coming up. David Double D Dexter and Adam Slim Schneidy Schneider coming up on the seats. Next, you're listening to WRMN 1410.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Hi, this is Sue with Newman's Corner Pub in Hampshire, Illinois. Are you looking for the perfect hangout spot? Swing by Newman's Corner Pub right at the corner of 72 and State Street in Hampshire. Enjoy fantastic drinks, live music, and a fun crowd that makes every visit special. Test your luck with our hot slots and our Queen of Hearts drawing every Saturday at 3 p.m. Challenge your friends to darts or pool while you're here. Newman's Corner Pub, where every day feels like a weekend. Visit us at Route 72 and State Street in Hampshire. That's Newman's Corner Pub, your new favorite spot.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Newman's Corner Pub for Bears Tailgate here on 1410 WRMN. No one puts Newman in a corner. I am David Double D Dykstra, and I'm here with my guy,
Adam Slim Schnady Schneider.
It's just too much Schneiders. It's too much. It's too much. But on that note, a lot of the guys have been talking Bears. We're going to go a different direction this segment. We'll talk Bears in the next segment.
All right.
I wanted to talk about the weekend in football, in sports in general.
Yeah.
Big takeaways from college football for you this weekend, other than the obvious, Adam.
Yeah, I mean,
Penn State
sucks. Yeah, no, Bama had a pretty interesting outing against Mizzou. I mean, Mizzou had, they were about to come back. And if, the defensive player wasn't there.
Bo Perbola, once again, they let Penn State let another quarterback go that should have stayed. God. But yeah, he airmailed that last throw, and lucky for you, you had your defender back there for an interception. Nice push for me. Didn't lose any money, but didn't win any money, so I'm okay with that.
And you can also see the open wide receiver just having a spaz attack on the side because he was wide open.
Well, yeah, I mean, once again, college football. Anything else jump out at you this weekend besides the obvious?
Yeah, I mean, Auburn almost beating Georgia. That was interesting.
Auburn's been that team this year that's like right there.
Yeah.
They're right there, but they just don't have quite enough talent to get them over the hump this year. It's been very interesting to see. Never thought I'd say that about, their quarterback. I mean, I've never been a Jackson Arnold fan ever. Hugh Freeze I can give or take, but definitely their quarterback. I was like, really? Really? That's the quarterback you're bringing into Auburn? Okay. But they've been solid this year, doing enough to. They've covered in a lot of games this year.
They have, yeah, they did. And I know you mentioned Illinois beating Ohio State, but let's just talk about Ohio State just kind of throwing the gauntlet on them. I know the score didn't show it as much as you would think, but overall solid game. Illinois tried putting up a fight. Trying to put up a fight.
That defense is something. That Ohio State defense might go down as one of the best in college football ever. That's how elite they are. And I can't believe I'm going to say Matt Patricia might have actually made that defense better.
Now, that's something I don't hear every day.
Yeah, that's something no one thought they would say ever.
No.
Ever. Matt Patricia's done a phenomenal job there, so much so that he's getting talk about getting a head coaching job in college now.
Now, I have some questions on that. Just, he was good.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, that's something maybe, knock on wood for the team who gets him if he does. But at the same time, yeah, you're absolutely right. That Ohio State defense just looks otherworldly. I mean, if we also look at it, they just look like they haven't lost a step.
Well, I think it goes a lot into the scheme that Matt Patricia is running there.
Yeah,
I believe he's running more of a pro-style offense to where college teams aren't ready and aren't able to defend stunts pretty much on every play where you have ends diving into the center of the offensive line and going through that. So also interesting.
I just want to point out USF just laid the gauntlet on North Texas. I know it's a group of 5 school, but it's a group of 5 game. But at the same time, USF, Alex Golish, he has done wonders for that school.
Well, if you listened to me, that total was at 66.5 on Friday. And I said, take the over, ladies and gentlemen, in North Texas, USF. USF almost made the total on their own. 63 points.
That's just insane. For a group of 5 especially, you would think you would hear that from like a Power 5,
USF is one of those teams this year that I believe could make some noise in the college football playoff if they get in.
Yeah.
If they get in, they could be one of those teams that upset somebody and everybody's like, whoa, didn't see that coming. But they went into the swamp and they beat Florida.
Yeah.
That is a team.
That's not an easy feat either.
No. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Penn State loses to Northwestern 22-21. Sunday, I was sleep. No, he doesn't need to change his jersey, Andrew. No, it's fine. He doesn't. Listen. There might be snot on there.
It just adds character. It adds character. You see? Northwestern, 22-21.
Right? Show off the Adidas. That is a beautiful Adidas logo.
Sponsored buyout of James Franklin.
There are layers. As we all know, Sunday came around. I was actually asleep yesterday because I was not feeling the greatest. And I wake up to nine different texts from 9 different people going, Franklin just got fired. I went, what? Okay. And then come to find out that Adidas had a big part in taking care of this buyout of almost $50 million.
And, you also mentioned that you were looking at 3 coaching candidates. And, Kurt Cignetti, I definitely think should go to Penn State.
To me, Cignetti, Pennsylvania guy.
Yeah.
First and foremost, Cignetti has proven that he can win at the highest level now.
Yeah.
Taking Indiana into Oregon. We haven't even talked about Cignetti taking Indiana into Oregon and beating Oregon and pretty much bullying them the entire game in the trenches. Just bless you. Cignetti would be my 1.
Oh, absolutely.
I would actually put Joe Brady at my 2. The offensive coordinator from Buffalo was a grad assistant at Penn State at one time. And then I would put Matt Rule at 3. For me personally, Matt Rule is a lateral move.
Yeah, I can see that.
Matt Rule is great at building a program, but he has the same problem that James Franklin does. He cannot beat those upper echelon teams. He's 2-25, I believe, against top 10 ranked opponents.
Not that bad. No, I'm kidding. But
It's horrible.
No,
when you're trying to get rid of that culture and become that program that you've been your entire lives in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s.
And, kind of bringing back up Curt Cignetti, he really did bring back Indiana, and not even bring back. He
there was never an Indiana to begin with before Curt Cignetti.
And I was just trying to be a little nicer, but there wasn't. That's true. But he birthed the program, is what I've heard.
Birthed?
Yeah, someone said you bring back the program or you birth the program. That's what I've heard recently.
I want to say a word right now so bad. It's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out. There are rumors going around that Adidas has already negotiated with the new coach. And if it's who I think it is, it's going to be very interesting to see. We got a lot more coming back. We're going to hit both Monday night games because, we do have our Bears fans here, but we also have some Atlanta Falcons fans here. So when we come back, we break down both games here on Monday night. Here at Newman's Corner Pub, Bears Tailgate on 1410 WRMN.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Sky Rizzi. A man was taken into custody Thursday morning after police say he smashed the window of a moving vehicle as a crowd gathered around federal officers on an Aurora street. Aurora police were dispatched at 10:26 a.m. for a disturbance in the vicinity of New York Street and North Madison Street. There, a large crowd was gathered around federal officers in the road. Police stayed in the area to monitor and ensure the situation did not escalate, but tensions rose, leading to the man breaking the window. Police say he was taken into custody to prevent further violence or property damage. A Naperville man has been found guilty of first-degree murder in the beating death of his wife. 61-year-old Alan Wang was convicted after a 4-day trial for the 2020 murder. Police were called to the couple's home on March 8, 2020, just before 5 p.m. for a report that a woman had been found who was not breathing. 35-year-old Hung Yan Yang was taken to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead. The Will County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in locating 24-year-old Haley Perino, who was reported missing and endangered from her residence in the 19100 block of South Richard Avenue in Mokina. Perino was last seen in the early afternoon Thursday. She's described as a white female, 5'1", weighing 150 pounds, with brown hair, gray eyes, and an unknown tattoo on her left forearm. If you see Perino or have any information about her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately. A new Larkin High School football stadium has gotten a nod from the Elgin City Council. The 2,250-seat stadium would allow Larkin's football team to host Friday night games under the lights on its own campus for the first time in the school's 63-year history. The Daily Herald reports the Elgin Area School District U46 school currently plays home football games at rival Elgin High School's Memorial Field, located about 4 miles away. The new $11.8 million complex will be built in the same location as an existing field. It will feature a modern stadium with a turf field for football, soccer, and other sports, as well as a high-performance track. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
This is Larry Jones, and I'd like to talk to you about my bank, American Eagle Bank in South Elgin. Has your bank changed names in the last 10 years? Is your bank another faceless branch with headquarters in another city? Are you tired of earning next to nothing on your savings account or certificates of deposit, or does your personal banker treat you like a stranger? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you're ready for a new banking experience, and American Eagle is the place for you. American Eagle is a locally owned independent bank that's rooted in the community, and American Eagle customers are greeted by name and treated with the respect that they deserve. American Eagle has an innovative program, Eagle Savings, that teaches your children to save while earning prizes and rewards. American Eagle offers great rates on certificates of deposit. My bank is located in South Elgin on Randall Road between the Target and Caputo's and is open Monday through Saturday. Give them a call at 847-742-7400, and a real person will answer the phone. American Eagle Bank, a place where you matter.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, mostly cloudy with a high near 70. Temperatures falling to around 67. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 52. Temperatures rising to around 54 overnight. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 70. Temperatures falling to around 66 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 65 and mainly clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Welcome back to Newman's Corner Pub here in Hampshire, Illinois for WRMN Bears Tailgate live and in living color.
Yes.
How we doing, Adam?
Hey, man. This is my first time here, and I'm absolutely loving the vibe.
Reintroduce yourself to the people.
I'm Adam Slim Schneider, and I'm absolutely loving the vibe here. It is amazing.
It is a nice little quaint bar. Got a nice little homey feel to it. I love it.
Absolutely.
Come and check us out here. I am David W. Dykstra, by the way. Let's get into the two games tonight.
Yeah.
If you want to talk a little baseball, if we got time, maybe we'll talk a little baseball as well. First and foremost, let's talk Bills at Atlanta. Bills at the Falcons tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Initial thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen needs to keep his composure. I think he just throws consistently. He's a great runner. I mean, just overall good quarterback for those who don't know who Josh Allen is. But
if you don't know who Josh Allen is, shame. Shame.
But I mean, the wide receiver room is a little questionable as well because he obviously doesn't have that number one, but, he's Mr. All You Can Do It. So, and for the Falcons, I think they need to just, they need to be the Falcons, not, lose games, but,
watch what you say, sir.
Pardonnez-moi. But no, I think the Falcons, defensively, they need to lock down Allen. They need to, keep him in the pocket, make him throw out of bounds, make him, incomplete passes, or if he goes for the run, sack him. Defense is going to play a major role for the Falcons right now.
My problem with the Atlanta Falcons defense right now is that they're young.
Yeah, that's true.
They've got two rookie edge rushers. Granted, they're playing well.
Yeah.
Not great, but they're playing well. The secondary's a little more questionable than I'd like it to be this year.
Yeah.
I really worry about them holding up against this offense. This offense is high power. James Cook is a guy. He's a dual threat running back, can run the ball and come out of the backfield and catch the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I just want to add on to that, James Cook, literally his last name, he's been cooking defenses.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But on the other side of the ball, that Bills defense has been very questionable up until this week.
Yeah, that's true.
Lots of points scored on them.
Yeah.
So it does give me hope as an Atlanta Falcons fan tonight that Atlanta may be able to hang with them at least. I'm not saying Atlanta can win, but maybe cover on that spread.
I could see that, yeah. And if Atlanta does well, I could see just score prediction like a 24-14. It could be one of those.
I think it's going to be more than that. I think the offense is reigning this game.
Okay.
I think I could see it being like a 35-30 kind of game.
Oh, okay.
I feel like Atlanta's going to go with what's got them here so far as a 2-2 team.
Yeah.
And kind of ride Bijan Robinson a lot tonight, running and receiving wise.
Yeah, but just relying on one person, it's going to have wear on the tire.
There's questions to see what that wide receiver room, and if Kyle Pitts can continue producing like he has in the last 2 games. He's had over 60 yards in the last 2 games.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually shown. There's been Kyle Pitts sightings, ladies and gentlemen. Kyle Pitts sightings, which we couldn't say for the first 3 years that he was in the Atlanta Falcons team.
And in the rookie year,
he was the number 4 overall pick. That's the problem.
Good point.
I wouldn't be sitting here talking about all this if he was like a 2nd round pick going into this his 4th year with the team and just now showing up. But when you take a guy number 4 overall, you expect big things from that guy.
Yeah, and I've also heard rumors that Pitts could be moved at the deadline, but we've heard that last year too. So
I don't know if it happens. I think Atlanta's firmly in contention to be a wild card this year.
Yeah.
The NFC is just wide open this year with Philly looking normal.
Yeah.
All your big time. Dallas's defense looks like garbage. Like all these teams that were predicted to be. Am I wrong?
No, you're not. But I mean, also going to Dallas. I mean, if you let the Panthers win, that's a telling sign right there.
Yeah. So I think once again, I'll reiterate. I think Atlanta is in the mix to be in contention for a wild card this year. I think Michael Penix has done a great job. He had 1 bad game. Other than that, he's been pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Pretty solid performances here and there.
Yeah. And, he also has kind of shown, that consistency that he showed kind of in Washington. Now, obviously, college and NFL are quite different. But overall, you're absolutely right. Penix has shown that he could be potentially the guy down in Atlanta.
I think Michael Penix is the guy in Atlanta. If he wasn't the guy, you would have gotten a quick pull to Kirk Cousins after that bad game. Kirk Cousins should be in Cincinnati right now.
Like I feel so bad for him, but I feel bad for the Falcons having to pay $180 million a year for that contract.
Yeah, greatest backup of all time, Kirk Cousins. That's right. That's
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
You heard it. Yeah. Well, of course, I have to say he's the best because he's the most paid.
It's some WWE
ideology. Isn't it? WWE ideology. I like that. Yeah. How dare you slander the name of McDonald's? That being said, is that your prediction for tonight, though? Is that your score prediction for tonight?
24-14. It could be one of those games. You just never know.
Okay. I'm gonna ride with my 35-30 Bills win. I don't believe in either one of these defenses. I really don't. The Bills defense hasn't shown me anything.
That's true.
In Atlanta's secondary, and they still can't get pressure. Andrew. Mister, they drafted 2 edge rushers. They'll be great. Wrong, sir.
I do want to talk about tonight's game, Bears and Commanders.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. Bears, Commanders.
But I just want to talk about last year. It is as said on one of the other segments, it's the rematch between the 2024 draft picks, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams.
I hate that they're doing this whole it's Caleb versus Jaden. It's so stupid. They're two completely different quarterbacks.
They are. That's true.
And Jaden is way better than Caleb.
I mean,
that's a take.
All I got to say is that let's just hope that a Hail Mary doesn't happen a second time.
Oh, that's my prediction for tonight.
A Hail Mary?
Oh, yeah. Another Hail Mary for a touchdown. Bears lose. I love you guys so much. I love Bears fans so much. It's so meatball. So what let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What do the Bears need to do to win this game tonight?
Oh God.
I mean, because to be quite honest, the Commanders secondary is suspect.
Yes, it is.
Their front four are decent to above average.
Yeah.
Linebackers, once again, a little maybe average to a little bit below average, but the secondary is suspect. So
yeah, I mean, defense.
What do they? So you think it all keys off of the Bears' defense?
Not necessarily, but us getting healthy definitely plays a factor into that.
Okay,
because TJ Edwards is coming back. Stevenson, well, he wasn't out, correct?
No, Stevenson wasn't out.
Okay, I was mixing up another guy then. But yeah, that most of those defensive players are coming back. Grady Jarrett, being one of the only ones.
Thinking of Kyler Gordon.
Kyler Gordon, thank you.
You're welcome. I do my best.
But no, it's just the more players we get back, the more confidence I have in that Bears defense. Now, is it still questionable? Yeah, because we made, we can't block the run. It seems like we always, for some reason, we Ashton Denty, the Raiders last week. You saw that, and the Bears were like, goodness gracious. So,
well, here's the question: if you're the Bears defensive coordinator, Dennis Allen, do you have a spy on Jaden Daniels the entire game?
I would say yes.
Is it one of your linebackers or a safety?
Safety.
So who do you trust?
I trust Kyler Gordon.
Kyler Gordon's your nickel.
That's true.
So it's either Brisker.
I trust Brisker.
Brisker?
Yeah, Brisker's been playing pretty well.
All right.
And you know what? I have full confidence in the guy. If we lose, Brisker, it's on you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Tyler, how do you feel about that? Brisker as your spy tonight on Jaden Daniels?
See, I think it should be either him or I think it could be Gordon because we heard it.
You think Gordon?
Dennis Allen wants to move Gordon all over the place.
Okay, have him be like a Roman Nick. That has so many connotations. Roman nickel. Hail Caesar. That's an interesting concept. I actually really like that. That's interesting. Do you think? Okay, so if it is Kyler Gordon, maybe you were right. Maybe you read something osmosis and went, yeah, Kyler Gordon.
Me and Tyler are on the same page over here.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, for reasons for the secondary, I would say have a spy out there mainly because you never know, and plus Jaden Daniels is a good passer, so you just things can happen.
So what does the offense need to do tonight to be successful?
Protect Caleb Williams. I would say O-line stand strong. We got Theo Benedette going in at left tackle, and you got Ozzie Trapillo going in at right. So we'll see. You got some rookies going in there. I mean, Braxton Jones couldn't block cheese grits if it came at him. So I mean, you saw that video, right, where he just got knocked down.
I've always said that it looks like Braxton Jones is blocking on skates. Yeah. Because he gets pushed back so easily.
Yeah.
That it just looks like he's on roller skates. So it's confirmed that it's Theo and
it is
and Trapillo.
Ben Johnson said that Theo Benedette is taking out Braxton Jones for himself.
Nice.
Theo Benedette, sorry. Ben Johnson isn't playing.
Ben Johnson at left tackle, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first.
Betting all my money on black on this one.
That'd be great. To me, this game comes down to can can the offensive line give Caleb enough time to find open wide receivers? And when I say open wide receivers, I'm talking about DJ Moore. He hasn't shown up in any games pretty much the entire season so far, but this is the team that he feasts on regularly.
Yeah, that's true. And for just a quick little thing about fantasy, maybe put him in. You never know.
I would put DJ in tonight, just from past experiences against the Commanders. What do you have, over 200 yards the last time they played?
I think so.
Yeah. So to me, it's going to be interesting. I don't know how the run game is going to work out for him. I think you rely on short, dumpy passes if you want to forget about the run game.
Mm-hmm.
You use those short passes as your run games, like a toss.
Oh yeah, and the Bears, weapons are we got 5 great weapons. I mean, I'm not going to really count DeAndre Swift on this one, but yeah, you got Colston Loveland, you got Cole Kmet, Rome Odunze, Luther Burden, and DJ Moore. So one of those receivers at least will be open.
Tight ends need to be used more in this game, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, Commanders, I will say their secondary is suspect. You've got to put 5 wide.
Yeah, I believe so.
And just go out there, give Caleb time to go through his progressions, find the open guy. I wouldn't be surprised to see Caleb run a little bit more than he has in the past too, as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is number 1 versus number 2 in that 2024 draft.
Yeah,
it's going to be hyped up that way. Do you honestly and truly believe that it comes down to those quarterbacks, though?
Not necessarily. Again, I mean, defense, and I'm not just saying that just to say that, but our defense has had some injuries. How will they play off injury? I mean, TJ Edwards, he's coming right fresh off of the injury, so it'll be interesting to see how defense tries to, get Jaden Daniels sacked or try to keep him only in the pocket and throwing passes out of bounds. We'll see.
So, if the Bears win tonight,
mm-hmm.
where do you think that puts them in this division now, hierarchy-wise?
4.
4? You still think they're the worst team in this division?
Oh, I thought you meant overall record.
No.
The Lions have looked solid. The Vikings have been a little questionable, but have pulled off some. I could see like a 3rd, but still even maybe 4th.
I've got them a high 3, low 2.
Interesting.
I think they're a solid 3 in this division. I also think they're a wild card contender as well.
Oh yeah.
I think in this division, if you come out of it 9-8, 10-7, you're in the playoffs. Personally, to me,
mm-hmm.
Whoa, lightning strike in the middle of nowhere, and Tyler said, "Let there be lights." He's Thor. That being said, I could also see them getting to that 2 spot, because I still think Green Bay's got some suspect somewhere.
And the thing I say about Green Bay is that they have the best number 2 wide receiver room in the country, in the NFL.
Really?
I mean,
you think they've got the number 2 wide receiver?
Oh no! Okay, let me rephrase
that.
Let
Please.
Let me rephrase that.
Please rephrase.
The best wide receiver rooms of number 2 wide receivers.
I see what you're trying to say.
Sorry, no.
He's got. So the Packers have nothing but number 2s.
Yeah, sorry, that was poorly phrased.
He just called the Packers a bunch of number 2s.
Is this what they are?
That's what they are. Oh, good Lord.
I mean,
that's actually pretty good. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty good. I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
There's no legitimate one there.
And, they just drafted Matthew Golden, who is a rookie. And I haven't seen much from him to prove to say, oh, wow, he could be a threat. I can even say here that I think we can beat the Packers.
I wouldn't be surprised if you could beat the Packers, to be quite honest. I think the Bears have enough talent on that offense to go toe-to-toe. It's whether that defense comes around finally.
Yeah.
You start getting pressure on. That, to me, is the key to the game for the Bears tonight. If that front seven can start to get pressure on the quarterback, on Jaden Daniels, and not let him get out of the pocket, they can win this game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the thing about Jaden Daniels, if you miss a sack or a tackle, he's going to run for it. He's going to run for like the wind. I mean,
run like the wind. Run like the wind. It's his knee. It's his knee.
Knee. Coach tip of the day, go for the ankle, guys. In the last game, he was wearing that big knee brace. He's supposedly going to be wearing it again tonight. It didn't seem to hinder him that much after probably like the first quarter and realizing, I can move on this thing and it doesn't hurt. All right, let's go. Let's run a little. I just want to say, Caleb, I hope he plays a good game. I mean, his development has shown. It's been slow, but it has shown over these last few games. And I got to say, Ben Johnson really has brought some culture finally into the Bears locker room and into Hallis Hall.
You mean they've actually got a guy who wants to win? Shocking how that just bleeds into the entire
it doesn't seem like it for
franchise. Listen, I'll tell you the Joe DiGiacomo conspiracy theory was that Ben Johnson put those two guys, Darnell Wright and Braxton, out there to prove that they couldn't hack it. And then he brought in his guys to go, look at what my guys who I drafted can do.
And I believe Theo Bernadette wasn't drafted. He was undrafted.
He was drafted.
Was he drafted?
Yeah. Oh, when was Theo drafted, Tyler? He was undrafted? All right.
That's what
there you go. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Extra credit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need me a good maple syrup, eh?
The Canadian killer. Not kidding.
I've been a Falcons fan my entire life, and they play tonight. How am I not going to talk about my Falcons? Yes. Yes, I do have an Atlanta fan.
You know what? All I gotta say is we gotta see what the Canadian Crane does.
To me, this is a prove it game for those bookends, and I'm excited to see, because when they were in that second half against the Raiders, Caleb had time to make decisions, and they looked a lot better. So,
and his game overall has looked smoother.
Yeah. It's amazing what happens when your quarterback has time to actually go through his progressions and find open receivers.
Yeah, that's true.
Shocking, isn't it?
Indeed.
It's crazy to me. So we got about a minute left.
Yeah.
Let me know, what is your prediction for tonight? Final score?
You know what? I'm going to go with the Bama score, 27-24.
He's going with the Bama score, ladies and gentlemen. 27. Who?
Oh, Bear, sorry. Well, you thought I was going to say Bama?
I can't even. No. I'm going to go 28-27. Hail Mary, Commanders win on the last second play. Yeah, he's going to throw it to Deebo Samuels. A little hook and ladder. You know what? A little hook and ladder action. All right. That's going to do it for me and Adam. When we come back, I think we got no gimmicks, Nick. Gambling. Some gambling from No Gimmicks Nick Johnson and Andrew Valentin. We'll be right back at Newman's Corner Pub here on WRMN Radio.
political party poopers got you down? Shake it off and join me, Dennis Sonar Green, every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. on WRMN for A Political Talk Show, where we cut through the doom and gloom with a focus on America first, constitutional values, and a populist perspective that puts you, the citizen, at the center of the conversation. At WRMN, the talk of the town, we're not afraid to challenge the status quo and bring you the straight talk you need. Whether you're frustrated with the political establishment or looking for a clear, some nonsense analysis, this show has you covered. Tune in. Let's take on the issues together with a fresh, unfiltered approach. Catch us every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. on WRMN, A Political Talk Show. WRMN, the talk of the town.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 4 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Centos. A new Larkin High School football stadium has gotten a nod from the Elgin City Council. The 2,250-seat stadium would allow Larkin's football team to host Friday night games under the lights on its own campus for the first time in the school's 63-year history. The Daily Herald reports the Elgin Area School District U46 school currently plays home football games at rival Elgin High School's Memorial Field, located about 4 miles away. The new $11.8 million complex will be built in the same location as an existing field. It will feature a modern stadium with a turf field for football, soccer, and other sports, as well as a high-performance track. A man was taken into custody Thursday morning after police say he smashed the window of a moving vehicle as a crowd gathered around federal officers on an Aurora street. Aurora police were dispatched at 10:26 a.m. for a disturbance in the vicinity of New York Street and North Madison Street. There, a large crowd was gathered around federal officers in the road. Police stayed in the area to monitor and ensure the situation did not escalate, but tensions rose, leading to the man breaking the window. Police say he was taken into custody to prevent further violence or property damage. A Naperville man has been found guilty of first-degree murder in the beating death of his wife. 61-year-old Alan Wang was convicted after a 4-day trial for the 2020 murder. Police were called to the couple's home on March 8, 2020, just before 5 p.m. for a report that a woman had been found who was not breathing. 35-year-old Hung Yan Yang was taken to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead. The Will County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in locating 24-year-old Haley Perino, who was reported missing and endangered from her residence in the 19100 block of South Richard Avenue in Mokina. Perino was last seen in the early afternoon Thursday. She's described as a white female, 5'1", weighing 150 pounds, with brown hair, gray eyes, and an unknown tattoo on her left forearm. If you see Perino or have any information about her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Centos Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Centos has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Centos.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your priceless vinyl collection. Sure, you sleep on a futon because the money most people would have spent on a bed you spent on more records. But forget the fact that you can stream just about any song ever created for a few dollars a month. No, you need to listen to music in the most difficult way possible. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
My name is Tricia Grosser, and this is taken from the pages of advertisement 100 years ago today. What is the expression of your figure? How about your figure? What does it express? Pride or carelessness? That depends on what you do about it. If you leave it to its own inclinations, it soon will follow the lines of least resistance, and they certainly are not the lines of style. Figure grooming is the only thing to do. Without the slightest sacrifice of comfort, you have the proper proportions, the lines of loveliness, the smooth flowing contour of fashion, and the flat effect back and front, regardless of weight, size, or age. Our corseteer will be pleased to show you.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, mostly cloudy with a high near 70. Temperatures falling to around 67. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 52. Temperatures rising to around 54 overnight. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 70. Temperatures falling to around 66 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 65 and mainly clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
For a little lighthearted lawlessness on Sunday afternoons, listen to Handle on the Law from 4 to 7 p.m. Handle on the Law is a unique combination of useful legal advice and outrageous handle remarks. Whether you're talking about Big Brother, big business, big legal problems, or Big Macs, you'll rarely find Bill without an opinion. His rapid-fire commentary gives listeners the information they crave in the way they crave it. It's Handle on the Law, Sunday afternoons from 4 to 7 p.m. right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
To the WRMN Bears Tailgate live from Newman's Corner Pub. And this final hour of the WRMN Bears Tailgate is brought to you by Vasselli Law. At Vasselli Law, they are committed to providing you with personalized and exceptional legal counsel. Their team brings decades of expertise across a wide range of practice areas, from municipal laws and public finance to real estate transactions, economic development, and litigation. They take pride in delivering tailored legal strategies that help you navigate complex challenges with confidence and clarity. To get in touch with Vasselli Law, call 630-931-8225. Once again, 630-931-8225. And now back to the boys.
There we go. Give it up. Live
Awesome.
Corner Pub. Welcome
Absolutely, absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, everybody, here to the Bears pregame here at Newman's Corner Pub. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the Chicago Bears as tonight, Monday night, they are taking on the Washington Commanders. I am Andrew Pepe Valentin. I'm here with my boy, No Gimmicks, Nick Johnson. Nick, how you doing, man?
Good. I'm good. Welcome back.
Absolutely.
We're get back and going.
Yeah. I like your jersey, by the way. It's looking nice.
It.
Yeah, repping some Robbie Gold.
Robbie Gold, baby.
Yeah, man, repping a Penn Stater. I'm repping Corey Wooten from his Northwestern jerseys. I don't know if I didn't have a Bears jersey to really wear.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Everybody's obviously been talking about the Bears and the Commanders, giving their takes. I know you were already up here kind of having your discussion with our man Derek, and I think it's time we kind of get into some of these odds, my man.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's talk about
Talk
this.
some numbers. Let's make some money.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those out there, yes, make sure, please gamble responsibly. And if you do, call 1-800-GAMBLING. If you do have any issues, please and thank you. So with that, obviously from the get-go, Nick, I mean, if there are any first off bets for you that kind of stand out, do you have any right off the bat? I have a few that kind of come at me, but I just from your take and perspective.
I'm just looking at overall, nothing's really standing out too crazy. Maybe the 5.5 on just the spread itself. Maybe just the idea that, hey, maybe the Bears can come in and put up some fight. I'm not really on that side. You see the plus 215 on the Bears money line. Over-under's at 49.5. I don't know what the stat is, and maybe it's one of those things where it's kind of just, I don't know, just kind of up in the air. I feel like Monday nights haven't been hitting. Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. Monday night, I don't know what it is, but this year has been Thursday night, great games. Monday night has kind of been just a very kind of, it's just not hitting the way it used to.
I'm sure there's some sort of actual stat to back it up on that.
Yeah.
I feel like the Monday night games haven't been as offensively just sound as we think they should be.
No, and it's also still early points of the season. Obviously, we know defenses usually are ahead of the offense. I agree though with you. It just feels like when it comes to especially the Monday night games, you're expecting the high power looks and everything. And I mean, yeah, right off the bat, this is a tough one because you're looking at the over under on this. I feel like I would take the under on it. I really do. Like it just feels like two teams that are pretty evenly matched. I know some people have been saying like, yeah, the defenses haven't been great. Yeah, but this is also still two quarterbacks in their sophomore season.
Yeah.
And both of them have had their issues here and there. Both have been playing great still, but you never know. Like they've also had their moments where this defense has looked good for Bears and for Washington.
Injuries on both sides, like we were saying all the way at the beginning, but it's kind of a weird thing where like, yeah, the Washington Commanders offense is banged up. Even with Debo might still playing, like he's still, like I said, not going to be 100%.
Right.
But on the flip side, the Bears defense still isn't really 100% either. So it's like that idea of like, all these guys aren't healthy. Is the top offense going to come out there? But again, you're almost facing the Bears' second defense. In some sort of sense. So that could be making some moves there. Bears offense it's been waking up a little bit, but still isn't quite there to what we want that Ben Johnson offense to be. So
yeah,
over under can be a little touchy. I've been looking at a lot of alt lines. That's where I'm at. And I usually look at usually this site. I'll shout them out. Might as well.
Yeah,
LineMate helps it out, and they put up these alternate line streaks. Some of them are pretty. These last 3 games, last 4 games, but you got to get to the juicy ones. So DeAndre Swift is, if you go to his alt lines, 30 rushing yards. He's hit that the last 6 games.
Okay.
Roma Dunze, his last 3, he's hit 50 yards per. But the one I'm really, really itching towards, 25 receiving yards for DJ Moore in the last 11 out of the last 12 games.
Ooh.
So again, that's not his line. I think the line is DJ Moore's line isn't far off. I think it's right around 37.5.
Yeah, I was seeing like 36 or 37, something like that, which is easily doable, of course.
I mean, the highest in terms of, odds to score a touchdown, it's Bill and Debo, Jacory Krosky-Merritt, if you're not aware of. Bill. Wow, Bill's last name. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. The money might be for me right now, looking at these alt lines and making some sort of parlay, which I kind of did in our little commercial break.
Okay.
So if you want to make a pro Bears offensive alt line that I have right now, I got 3 legs.
All right.
And that's gonna be exactly that. Like following the DJ Moore, they don't have a 25-yard one on here, so I went with 30 yards. I think like I said, it's a nice sweet spot between his actual line and the alt line that we saw right there. So 30 plus receiving yards for DJ Moore, 30 plus rushing yards for DeAndre Swift. Like I just said, that has hit 6 out of the last 6 games, and then we'll go with the big boy. We'll go with Rome, who's actually going to be the number 1. I think his line is right around 67.5 for receiving yards. So I'm going to go with 50 on the alt line. So again, DJ Moore 30, DeAndre Swift 30 rushing, and then Rome at 50 receiving. That gets you to plus 175.
That's pretty good, actually. I like that. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice
Not
little,
too shabby.
Like I said, nice little pro Bears, kind of looking at the positive optimism on the team for sure.
That's like I said, with all that can go well. Hopefully that is the case for the Bears. But
yeah,
if we're predicting scores, if you're giving my actual feeling, it's tough to really sit here and to be like, you know what? Okay, for sure. The meatball stance is like, Bears by 1 million. But, of course, the realistic stance is they're probably just going to run all over the Bears, Jaden Daniels and Jacory Krosky-Merritt. So I'm feeling like a 27, almost maybe 30-point to 19 or something, like 30-19.
Okay.
Something weird.
Yeah, this is a tough matchup, obviously, because both of these teams last year obviously it's the infamous 18-15 game Hail Mary that wins at the end of the game, which was kind of just a bat of luck at the end of it, right? That ultimately wins it for Washington. Otherwise, the Bears kind of had it right there in their hands. So this is a very interesting look on how these two teams are going to come at each other, because obviously Bears want to try and get a little bit of revenge. Certainly Stevenson does. And even I'm sure, listen, Ben Johnson probably wants some retribution on Washington, considering they're the ones that ended their postseason last year. So there's a little bit of turmoil there, I'm sure, that wanting to try and get something back. But as far as looking at the Bears, I was looking at, this is coming from BetMGM, by the way, on their bet props. I was looking at some of these as far as interest. Caleb Williams has hit the passing yards under in 7 of his last 8 away games. Oh, okay. Wow. So keep that. I was looking at some of these best as far as the player prop bets. He also has an interception under in 12 of his last 16 games as well, too. Okay. So this could be, I'm looking at that saying, you know what, maybe this is a game where he kind of gets away and doesn't have that turnover. Interesting here, too, was also Roschon Johnson has hit the rushing yards under in 6 of his last 7, too, which obviously for some reason is getting very underutilized. I don't know why exactly that is. I mean, saying that now, I feel like, well, now he's going to have a big breakout and everything.
He'll still get the same amount of snaps, but he'll just have one big breakaway play for 34 yards. Or something exactly.
This one, I think, though, is very interesting now with the information we've learned about the Jake Booty move, which was Cairo Santos has hit a field goal under in 11 of his last 16. But now that kind of brings up a good conversation about, well, what happens now with the kicking game if Jake Booty is getting moved up? Does that mean Cairo Santos is, in fact, not going to be there for the Bears as their kicker? Does that change the momentum then for how you play it? I know not too many people maybe want to play on the kicking side of things betting-wise, but certainly for the Bears, it could be a move that might shake things up, because what if it does come down to a field goal?
Yeah, I mean, clearly it came down to that. Or that exact score point last. Oh my God, I'm all over the place.
Yeah,
score points. Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense.
Yeah. This is gonna be tough. Exactly. To maybe not to overanalyze and be like, oh yeah, Cairo Santos is gonna be the key issue here. Right. Not. But yeah, that can definitely be a thing. Clearly, that's gonna be close. Hopefully, in that sense, like that you could actually come down to a field goal. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. I'm actually going to rethink, because I'm getting some insight over here. Is that you over here? Is that you texting me? Who's texting me over here? Oh, well, someone's giving me all the insight over here, telling me the Bears have the most yards per play in the NFL, so that might actually lean towards the over.
That's pretty good.
I'm going to have to completely. Well, I don't know who. I don't know who got my number. They're letting me know.
Getting secret information over there. Jeez, wow. Okay. Nick's got.
Oh, that's my boy. Hey, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Nick's got he's got secret insight.
My bad, Dalton. I don't have your number. That's my apologies. That is my bad. My apologies. He's listening in. That's good. Make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing.
Absolutely, guys. This. As far as looking more at the bets as far as what Washington is, I feel like you have to take the over when it comes to the rushing yards for Jaden Daniels and just Washington, I think, just as a whole, right? I mean, seeing how this young rookie in Bill is obviously been taking things by the helm, right? I mean, he has been absolutely insane with his ability to run the football. And Jaden Daniels, as we know, I mean, he's one of the best dual threats right now in the NFL. I mean, even though he maybe not has had his biggest takeaway games necessarily, he's not having 100 yards. He's not going to hit 1,000 yards at the end of the season. He could still be a big threat. I mean, where do you see on the play for that as far as rushing yards for? I know you kind of mentioned it, but do you think that this Bears defense has any chance of possibly shutting that down? Maybe is this one of those ones where we go, yeah, the run defense hasn't been great, but hey, maybe this is their shot.
It's one of those things also, just you can maybe throw a ton of things at Jaden Daniels, but he's just too talented.
Yeah.
He just might be just too talented to overcome what the Bears actually throw at him. It'll be one of those things where, sure, he might not break off for his 80, 100-yard rushing games, which, that hasn't really been the go-to for the Commanders. But still, it's just a matter of, can you really contain him? I see his line is at 46.5 right now in terms of rushing yards. That's fair. I think it's pretty fair. That's definitely doable, again, against this Bears offense who lets up a ton of yardage, lets up a ton of plays, and again, just really seemed like in that Raiders game they just didn't want to tackle anybody. It just when you're doing that bit, you just don't want to tackle, and it's glaringly obvious that you don't want to do that.
Right.
Yeah, it kind of adds up. So. And I think the rushing is going to be the focal point for the Commanders, and passing is going to have to be secondary because again, all the banged up wide receivers that they have for the Commanders.
Yeah, well, that's the biggest thing, right? No Terry McLaurin, obviously, in this game plan now. Debo, still a question. Feels like he probably will play, and that's kind of where I was talking with somebody too. Like, is there an alternate potentially that we could see be that kind of breakout player potentially for Washington? And
Did we get a Zach Ertz legacy game? Is that really what we're leaning towards?
I mean, I wasn't going to say Zach Ertz necessarily. I think this could be maybe the emergence of what we see in Luke McCaffrey.
Okay, I would like that
because he has been starting to see more snaps in the slot. He's been getting more opportunities to get out there. Obviously, now with McLaurin being injured, he's getting targets. He's obviously a big figure that you can throw the ball to. So I guess the kind of question, though, is if Debo does play, is that enough of a draw away from the Bears defense to be able to get him open? Because there's some people that I've seen now, they're putting the money down for him to possibly be first touchdown, like for Washington. And some people are saying first touchdown in general, too, which I don't know if I would go that far necessarily. That's
for Debo to be the first touchdown?
No, for Luke McCaffrey to be first touchdown.
Wow.
Which that's a tough. That's a good play. I like that.
It's a sprinkle, and let's have some fun on that one.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't know. I've seen people like starting to really lay it on there. I'm like, do you know something we don't? Like, what's your secret? Do you have inside knowledge? Like, is he getting the first bomb of the play? Is that it? So
I think there was talks a couple weeks ago, again, when Terry McLaurin was still banged up, that he was going to try to be worked into the offense a little bit more. Again, you like the idea. Hey, is Christian is his brother?
Yeah, right.
Maybe you get some sort of other additions right there.
It's
as well.
McCaffrey genes.
Exactly, it's all in the same gene pool. You like to see that. But yeah, I could definitely see a ton of different options in that sense. But I really just feel like they're going to hammer home this run game. I know they're down. What was their other backup running back? Christian Rodriguez.
Yes.
They still have that McNichols guy as well. So
yes, right, yeah. I mean, and that's the thing is that they have speed all over the field too. Because even a guy like McCaffrey he's not slow by any means, of course. The other thing too, I will say for this as well is as far as the Bears defense goes. There's a lot of people that I've seen too talking about, is there a good possibility that this is like a breakout game for the Bears defensive line to maybe start getting some pressure on the quarterback and maybe get a few sacks? Because we've heard now that the offensive line for Washington looks like it might be a little questionable. Cosme, who's one of their top guys, may not be playing. So there's a good opportunity for Montez Sweat and a few others to maybe break out. I mean, what do you see as far as sacks goes? Because I think they're sitting right now at I think it was like over under at 1.5 sacks. I think it was the last one I saw. As far as defense goes, I believe so was the one that I saw last. If I don't have that, I'm mistaken on that. I apologize.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of the numbers, the Bears pass rush just needs to attack. It needs to raise these numbers up again. It's just a matter of again, we talked about bringing in free agents and bringing them all across the board, making even trades for certain guys. Montez Sweat has done virtually nothing for the Bears.
Oh, he's disappeared completely.
Yeah, he's on a milk carton. Can't really find him.
He's got one sack.
I know. Yeah, he's got one sack.
He has the only sack.
They want to ban Sweat from the league. Remember that campaign for a while?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
the Bears might want to ban Sweat from Hallis Hall if they don't do something.
Seriously,
my goodness. They need to get going, especially like I just mentioned. This is going to be a hop, skipping, and jumping Jaden Daniels all over the place. Again, with the addition of that injury to Cosme. So
at this point, I mean, you mentioned trade. It feels like the Bears, I think, are going to have to make some kind of move in order to progress this pass rush in any kind of way, unless somewhere along the line we see an Austin Booker or Robinson or one of these other guys that are right now on the defensive line step up. But none of them can seem to stay on the field because they keep getting hurt or they're not performing properly, which I've brought up to people before. I don't know how you feel about this, Nick. I feel like this could maybe kill two birds with one stone. The Giants certainly have an edge rusher in Kayvon Thibodeau that has a lot of interest from teams potentially who can be looking for edge rushing. They also have a running back right now that is kind of not taking as many snaps because of Cam Scatterbo and Tyrone Tracy Jr. I know he's not necessarily the sexy pick, but as far as being able to maybe give you another running back option and an edge rusher, would you be willing to do it for, like, let's say a third and a fifth, let's say?
That's definitely not going to happen for Tyrone Tracy Jr. No, I'm sorry. That ain't going to happen. Not when guys like Alvin Kamara.
I'm not saying him for the third. I'm saying for Thibodeau, of course.
Okay, yeah.
The two of them
My
together
apologies.
to kind of give you a running back option and an edge rusher together from the Giants, who knows where they're going at this point. I mean, they may keep those guys regardless, but nevertheless,
Like
if
you
you
said.
made an offer like that, a third and a fifth for a running back and an edge rusher like them, what do you think about that?
That's not the worst. That is pie in the sky. That would solve a lot of issues, like you said, killing two birds with one stone right away.
Potentially. I know the running back thing is just like a mess right
That
now.
is very much too good to be true. But again, it's a tough look when I know Alvin's saying, "Hey, I don't want to move," but if Alvin Kamara's on the trade block, like that's a guy you'd rather go for.
Breece Hall, I know, is out there too.
Yes,
I know there's a lot bigger names that certainly kind of project out. And I'm not saying you still can't go get those guys with a guy like Tyrone Tracy. It's just one of those things where it's like last year he did. I mean, you're banking on last year being like he's got that stuff back. It's just looking at Swift, and like you said, I know with the Swift numbers out there as far as hitting 30 yards, it's like the inconsistency with him is constantly an issue.
Oh yeah,
we're not seeing anything from them playing Roshan Johnson, and Monungai, I feel like could be a guy potentially that could be a number 2 back in this offense, but for some reason it's like, why aren't you giving him more snaps potentially? That's the issue.
There's been a little to no explosive running plays.
No.
I mean, again, I feel like I'm wrong or exaggerating? I don't feel as
No,
that's the
absolutely
case.
not.
I'm sure Swift's longest play on the season is probably right around 20 some odd yards.
And it might have been that screen pass, I think.
Yeah.
if then that doesn't even count, it's a pass play. So.
And again, I'm not sitting here expecting a Jonathan Taylor or a Bijan Robinson 50, 60 yard burst every single game. But there needs to be some sort of hope that it can even happen. That doesn't seem like that's the case when DeAndre Swift's in the backfield.
Yeah, well, especially when we see these videos too of Swift has these giant open holes, and from my perspective, it seems like he's just making that one little extra cut in the backfield that is too much of a hesitation. That all of a sudden, hole's gone. Now you have to try and bounce it to the outside, and now you get 1 yard instead of 6 or 7 yards, or possibly a breakaway.
Yeah, the book is out on Swift. You know what he does well, what he can excel in. But then you try to take that away.
Yeah, of course.
So it's for defenses to look at Swift again. It's just not like, oh no, here comes DeAndre Swift. That's
right.
Just never going to be. That's not going to be a sentence uttered in the defensive, the DB room or the linebackers meeting. It's just not going to happen.
Oh no, Swift is coming. Oh, better
Maybe
brace for
Taylor.
this. Right? Yeah.
Oh no, she's coming to town.
Right.
I'm gonna have no parking this week. That's gonna be about it. But yeah. DeAndre, no issue there.
I don't think Bobby Wagner is having any nightmares over this. So. Of course, now, once again, we say this, and then he's going to have, like, his big breakout game. Staying on the
Par
Bears.
for the course for me. Talking crap about a guy, and then he goes off, Right,
exactly.
The only thing he doesn't have going for him is he's not playing me in fantasy. That's always – everyone just seems to have – I know it's going to be a side tangent. No one cares.
Please,
But everyone just seems to have a legacy game against me right now this year. I just don't understand. I simply don't. So Agmeka Abuka like 3 weeks ago. That same week when Malik Neighbors caught the pass against Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Drake May wanted to have a first half legacy game against me earlier today or on Sunday. So yeah, that just kind of, like I said, it seems to be the trend.
Oh,
so like I said, if Swift was playing against me, I would have hammered all his numbers.
Trust me, I feel the pain.
I would take him to for 3 scores today.
I feel the fantasy pain in that. Not necessarily like I have legacy games, but it's like I'll be ahead by like a good 20, 30 points, but then it's the other guy that ends up having like a 40-point game, and I'm like, come on, guys, seriously? Like it's always gonna have to work like that, I guess. So we'll see if I can still keep the belt, I guess. I don't know.
I got some quick kind of stats I can rattle off. I know we got a couple more minutes. So this is again sent by my man Dalton over on the Rise, and catch us on now. Well, we changed from 10 to 12 now. 10 to 12 Saturday morning. So
there
check
you
us
go.
out. Bears Commanders. We got some stats here. Bears allow the 4th most passing TDs to QBs. Bears allow 8th most rushing touchdowns to QBs. So again, if you're looking at Jaden Daniels' numbers, go ahead and consider that. Bears allow 3rd most rushing yards to running backs. Bears allow 2nd most receiving touchdowns to running backs. So again, anyone with maybe Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, like myself, hopefully you have a good day there. Bears allow 6th most targets to tight ends. Bears allow 2nd most receiving touchdowns to that same position, I believe. So Bears rank 2nd in interceptions, so that's pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good. Pretty solid right there. Commanders allow 9th most passing yards to QB. So again, if you're looking at Caleb Williams' numbers, that might be on the upside. I saw one on FanDuel really quick. I don't know what sportsbook you may be on, but they have a special 500 total passing yards from Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams is plus 200.
Ooh,
it might be a little bit fun. So again, maybe get some
like
backdoor action if maybe the Bears are trailing. Caleb's still going to be slinging it. That could be the case. Finally, I'm going to rattle off a few more. Commanders ranked 4th in sacks. Commanders allow 7th most rush attempt to running backs, and the Commanders allow 7th receiving touchdowns to tight ends. So again, a lot of money can be made. And again, I think I'm flipping from what I earlier previously said, going from that under to that over.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, there's a lot of fun plays to be had in this game, I think. It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a fun one. I think it's going to be a nice little battle back and forth between these two teams. A lot of revenge, a lot of heated opportunity for these two. Great opportunities for everybody to be able to make money on this. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, please do gamble responsibly. Yes, you too, Fido, over there. I can't wait for it. I'm excited. Please make sure to get those bets in, ladies and gentlemen. Make your money where you can. Any last for you, Nick?
Gamble responsibly.
I say gamble responsibly.
Yes. And of course, get your fantasy in. Get your starters in. Of course, we're live here at Newman's Corner Pub.
Yes.
Bears Tailgate. WRMN 1410. We out a little bit.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Centos. A Naperville man has been found guilty of first-degree murder in the beating death of his wife. 61-year-old Alan Wang was convicted after a 4-day trial for the 2020 murder. Police were called to the couple's home on March 8, 2020, just before 5 p.m. for a report that a woman had been found who was not breathing. 35-year-old Hung Yan Yang was taken to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead. The Will County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in locating 24-year-old Haley Perino, who was reported missing and endangered from her residence in the 19100 block of South Richard Avenue in Mokina. Perino was last seen in the early afternoon Thursday. She's described as a white female, 5'1", weighing 150 pounds, with brown hair, gray eyes, and an unknown tattoo on her left forearm. If you see Perino or have any information about her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately. A new Larkin High School football stadium has gotten a nod from the Elgin City Council. The 2,250-seat stadium would allow Larkin's football team to host Friday night games under the lights on its own campus for the first time in the school's 63-year history. The Daily Herald reports the Elgin Area School District U46 school currently plays home football games at rival Elgin High School's Memorial Field, located about 4 miles away. The new $11.8 million complex will be built in the same location as an existing field. It will feature a modern stadium with a turf field for football, soccer, and other sports, as well as a high-performance track. A man was taken into custody Thursday morning after police say he smashed the window of a moving vehicle as a crowd gathered around federal officers on an Aurora street. Aurora police were dispatched at 10:26 a.m. for a disturbance in the vicinity of New York Street and North Madison Street. There, a large crowd was gathered around federal officers in the road. Police stayed in the area to monitor and ensure the situation did not escalate, but tensions rose, leading to the man breaking the window. Police say he was taken into custody to prevent further violence or property damage. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates, other insurers, not available in all states or situations.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to handle the busy holiday season, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, mostly cloudy with a high near 70, temperatures falling to around 67. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 52. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 70, temperatures falling to around 66 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 66 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
And welcome back to the WRMN Morning Show with me, your host, Susie C. Wait, this is not that show, is it? Oops. So we're here with all of the, well, most of the sports team from WRMN. I just thought I'd give it. Welcome you guys to Newman. We are at Newman's Corner Pub, 1000 South State Street in Hampshire, Illinois, and I will be behind the pine all night serving drinks, Jello shots, libations while we watch the football game, eat snacks, and cheer for the Bears. My prediction: the Bears 274 million. That other team 2. So there you go. I'll turn it back over to you guys. I'm done messing around.
Well, thanks, Susie. See, that
I like the prediction.
That would definitely skew the betting market, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, I don't know where that line would be at, but I would. You know what? I'd be interested.
Yeah, it'd definitely be a first in NFL history at that too.
Yeah.
With that being said, all right. So you guys were talking with no gimmicks.
No gimmicks.
Nick Johnston
Yes.
over there. Okay.
Not gimmicks. Gimmicks.
Yeah, Nimmicks. Nick Nemeth.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick Nemeth of I have no idea what wrestling federation or whatever these days.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
so you guys are all covering that. You already got that out of the way. What is your anticipation going forward as far as like fantasy sports for the 2 games and 4 teams that are playing today?
As far as fantasy goes, I mean, look, I'm a little bit biased because I have Josh Allen on my team, so I would really like him to have a nice 30-40 point game.
Sure.
And certainly against Atlanta, look, that defense has just been pedestrian at best, and that's in terms of the NFL, right? They've made a couple plays here and there, but for the most part, they have looked like you can walk through them like it's nothing. So I think in terms of you've got a guy like a Josh Allen, Cook, if you've got, any of the receivers out there too, Kincaid is another guy. I think all of them could be in for especially a nice little big game, especially guys like Cook and Allen for sure, because they've kind of been the bread and butter of this Bills offense for anything.
And I would imagine they're pretty pissed off about getting beat last week.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you get beat by a rival like that, and you're like, no, we don't lose. We don't lose to the Patriots like that.
No, we don't lose games.
Right, exactly.
That's
Super Bowl contenders don't do that.
Yeah, unless they're actually in the playoffs.
Right, of course.
There's that.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, Josh Allen, Cook, definitely Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the other part of it too is I think the Bills defense, I don't know if it's going to have a day, but I think it could be efficient. You know, I think Atlanta will have its moments. The Bills defense has kind of been so for what they should be. They should be a lot better for sure in terms of their personnel. But I think they could have at least a nice day where if you need the points, if you need like a good maybe 9-10 points or something like that, they could do better. Obviously, you never know. But this is their moment where they can maybe start to pick it up, at least for themselves, and hopefully maybe even have a nice, strong day because Atlanta's offense has kind of been off balance outside of Bijan Robinson, obviously, who's the only guy on Atlanta, I would say right now, if you have him playing. Anybody else, you're taking a risk, I would say, with Atlanta's offense.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Penix, he's been kind of hit or miss to be generous.
Yeah, absolutely. That is generous.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, then So, now what are your thoughts about the running game for the Washington Redskins?
I like it. You know, in terms of you've got Merritt, and who's obviously an emerging youngster that everybody was super excited about. And I think he can be the every down back for them. Combine that with Jaden Daniels' ability to run, I think you're looking at I think they can hit over 150 yards easy. I think it's a good shot for them to really have like a big day running against the Bears because it kind of comes down to is the Bears defensive line going to get any pressure up front when they hand the ball off? And they have struggled with that all year long.
Yeah, and the reason why I mentioned that is because we've obviously seen Ashton Genty and I forgot the other dude on the Vegas Raiders. Because they basically combined for 200 rushing yards against the Bears.
Correct.
You know, it's something that probably shouldn't have happened.
No, absolutely not. If you're looking at this defensive line and saying, oh, we've added Grady Jarrett, we've got Andrew Billings back, Gervin Dexter's taking a step.
Right.
It should be like, okay, no problem. We've got the guys in the middle at the 3 technique, at the nose. You should be able to get in there, get pressure, beef up all the spots, right? Instead, it's more of the same. You're getting pushback, holes are opening up, and guys are just gliding through. Now, granted, Genty had a few where it's like he escaped. Like, I'll give him he had a couple that escaped. But for the most part, the Bears are really letting average offensive lines just beat them to the punch. And it's alarming. If you're a Bears fan, it is very alarming for sure.
Yeah, and then also going back to that Vegas game, and Genty had two receiving touchdowns. He had the one rushing touchdown. But it also seemed like he was breaking through what presumably to me, and I'm just a fan here, you know, that just happens to talk on the radio, where he is breaking through a lot of arm tackles.
Yes.
Or at first contact, they're trying to strip the ball away from him instead of actually getting the whole pack mentality or gang mentality of, okay, first guy there, wrap him up, second and third guys come in there, you know, try and strip the ball, and then, you know, clean it up afterward.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. When it comes to this team, and really I would say as far as the NFL goes, tackling has kind of become almost like a secondary option. Like turnovers is now how people want to go. And don't get me wrong, look, we all want to see turnovers happen. But when you try to go for a turnover over trying to make the tackle, more oftentimes than not, you're going to miss. It's that old commodity of hit through your opponent, not just hit your opponent, right? And these guys, for some reason, they don't want to wrap up. They don't want to seem to try and take them down. It's all about trying to punch the ball out. And again, I get it, because you want to be able to get your offense back on the field and score the points, or you want to be able to maybe pick it up and score yourself. But the issue here is that, especially with the Bears defense, they just, for whatever reason, as soon as the guy starts going with a head of steam, they can't seem to be able to bring him down. And when you've got guys like TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds out there who are supposed to be prolific tacklers at the linebacker spot, and they're not getting the job done, the best guy I've seen so far do it is Noah Sewell, a guy who I think should be an every down starting linebacker, and yet continues to be just another guy they keep throwing in the mix. And I hate that. I personally hate that.
Yeah, in the mix or on special teams.
Yes. And
I mean, and that's kind of like the same thing of, who's that running back that the Bears picked up during the draft, and that's all basically a Nungai. Thank you. So, and that's all he's been doing is he's been playing special teams.
Yeah,
with the lack of production that Swift is bringing you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think something needs to change. Something needs to get there because, I mean, we're talking fantasy football here.
Right.
I mean, you're sure as hell not going to be playing any of the Bears running backs.
I wouldn't touch any of them at this point.
Right.
And that's why I brought up with Nick. And again, I'm not saying it's going to fix the running game by any means, because it's more about fixing the edge rush than. But if you can package Kayvon Thibodeau and Tyrone Tracy Jr. from the Giants for whatever draft picks you might be able to get in that compensation, it adds an edge rusher that the Bears definitely need, of course. That's like the biggest thing. Yeah, I know, of course. But I think then you also add another running back to that system in Tyrone Tracy, who last year looked impressive. He's not the full-on starting running back,
right?
But I think he could be at least like a little good package to throw in there, because he's a former receiver, playing running back, can catch the ball in the backfield, he can run, and he can block. So he does all three things, and he does them at least well enough to be a guy that I think you can keep out on the field more so than Swift or Johnson or any of these guys that really anytime we see him out there, we're like, it's going to be 2-3 yards and we're going to be out. Like, that's a sad thing about it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I would accept 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yes.
I mean, at least it means that they're doing better.
Right.
And they're getting the yards play in, play out. Then it makes the fourth down a little bit more manageable.
Yeah.
You know, you're not, but then you got the stupid penalties. And they are stupid penalties because offsides here, delay a game here. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. It's been better.
Oh, yeah.
As far as the delay of game calls have gone, because now with Ben Johnson and the coaching staff that they have in place now, hell of a lot better than what it was the past couple of years.
Oh, head and shoulders above what it used to be, right? The only, like you said, the only big problem is that you've got the offsides and the false starts that continue to be an issue for them, obviously. But that offensive line, I will say, since taking out Braxton Jones, has drastically improved. And it's amazing to wonder what happens when you take out what I at least consider to be the worst of the offensive line to this point. I'm not saying they're fantastic, but the fact that they didn't give up a sack, they haven't given up a sack for a good while now, it says something about, okay, pieces are in place that are clearly working together. So stick with it. Hopefully you can figure out the penalties issue. It's just a matter of discipline for those guys up front.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good collective group that passing wise, they seem to have it down pat. It's just a matter of you need to get with the run game coordinator. You need to get with Eric Bieniemy, especially figure out what to do with these running backs, how to open up these running lanes a little bit more. Cause apparently these guys see the hole, but they aren't hitting the hole that they need to.
Yeah. Okay, so since we are quickly approaching the end of our 3 hour block here on WRMN Bears Tailgate, live here at Newman's Corner Pub in Hampshire. Give me your prediction for today's game.
My prediction, I've gone back and forth on this as I was driving over here. I was like, man, which of these teams do I really want to give this to? And I'll be a little bit of the homer here, even though I'm not a Bears fans necessarily anymore. I root for my Bengals now. But I will give it to the Bears.
Okay.
I'm going to say 28-24 for the Bears. I think Caleb has a nice day throwing the ball, gets a couple touchdowns. I think he gets in there on the ground as well. And I feel like there's a trick play somewhere in there that Ben Johnson will pull out that'll give him a good, strong lead. The question is going to be, I think, in the very first quarter, whoever punches it first for that touchdown, I think is going to be that's going to be the game winner for me personally.
Yeah, and hopefully they don't do a Minnesota Vikings 21-point fourth quarter.
Yeah, that would be brutal. That would absolutely be brutal for sure.
Well, Andrew, thank you for sitting in. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Derek. Appreciate it, and thank you for this opportunity, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we switch out partners here, the Bears pregame will be commencing at 5 o'clock, and you can hear that on WRMN Radio 1410 AM. I need another person in the hot seat next to me right now because we are not going to break. We are just going to be, come on, Tyler,
Let's get
Nick,
over
no
here.
gimmicks. Tyler Butterball, Buterball, yeah, give Andrew a big hand. Yeah, I'll take that. Hop up into the co-pilot seat there.
Hello, sir.
Tyler, welcome back.
How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good. So we are slowly winding down here at the Bears WRMN Bears Tailgate. And what is one of your keys real quick for this game for the Chicago Bears and maybe just, getting a victory?
I think the Bears defense really needs to lock in and stop the run because obviously we know Terry McLaurin, the number 1 wide receiver, is out. Deebo Samuel is playing, but he is their number 2, and he's been playing as a number 1. This isn't the Deebo that we've seen in San Francisco, but he is elusive. Like he can play out wide. He can take the ball from the backfield. He can do a lot, but you're relying on Deebo being your number 1 and Luke McCaffrey being number 2. And Frankie and I talked about it in the show earlier that don't discredit Luke McCaffrey. Like he might have been a late pick. He might be the second to Christian McCaffrey, but this kid's still athletic as all heck. But you got Bill, or I can't say his full name, but you got Bill, the rookie running back that's in the backfield. He's coming off of a fantastic week last week. And the Bears defense has struggled on the run D. Yep. So that's the biggest key is stopping the run, because if you can stop the run, you're really going to make Jaden Daniels work on trying to get the ball through the air because, again, you don't have your number 1 wide receiver. Deebo is not the Deebo that we've known for the last 5 years. Mm-hmm. And Luke McCaffrey is still a second year.
Still learning, still progressing.
Exactly. And now that the Bears have Kyler Gordon back and you've got a Tyreek Stevenson that's on a completely different level compared to ever since the Hail Mary, he's a completely new guy. We've seen it throughout this season so far in the first 4 weeks. So that's my biggest key. Lock in on Jaden Daniels. Don't let him get too crazy outside of the pocket and break free. And then lock in on that kid Bill because he is special. We've seen what he did in the preseason, and that's why people were buying high on him in fantasy. And he proved it last week as being listed as RB1. So that's the biggest thing. And then offensively, if they can just get in the tempo, kind of get working, you had an extra week in a couple days off to kind of prepare for this game, is just don't let the foot off the gas. Just run up the score, play the offense that you guys know that you guys are capable of, and let the defense hopefully work and help you out on the other end.
Okay, give me a prediction for the game score.
Well, for 6-7 the score, I predicted Bears 31, Commanders 27. So bear down. Bears are going to take a win. They're going to go a game above 500. They're going to go 3-2. And Caleb, the Bears are going to get their redemption after last year.
Okay, Double D. Okay, Mr. Phil Mary, come on.
All right, brother.
Mr. Falcons fan over here. You're getting David. Thank you, Tyler Butterball. Beautiful. No problem, I appreciate it. Wow, really? And joining me right now is the one, the only David Double D Dykstra.
What's going on?
Okay, give me your keys to either a Bears win or Redskins win. Give me a key to Falcons win since you're all dressed up. Commanders, huh? Yeah, I was paying attention. So why do you think the Commanders are going to win?
It's the lack of pressure on the defensive front. That defense has to contain Jaden Daniels tonight. Still a little suspect in the run defense as well. Bill could go off. That being said, if the Bears' offensive line can hold up, and give Caleb time, he can go out and take care of what needs to take care of, go through his progressions, and have a good night passing. I'm still going 28-27 Commanders on a Hail Mary at the end of the game to happen again, because Jaden Daniels is that guy. You could see a repeat.
Thanks, no gimmicks.
I'm just saying.
We already have.
Deja vu.
No, because this time around, Tyreek Stevenson is not going to be Jack John with the crowd there. He is actually, this is his redemption game.
It's a possibility. It really could. I mean, this is a very evenly matched game. I think it's going to come down to whoever performs. It sounds silly, but whoever performs best on the offensive side. Both these defenses have real weaknesses. So
yeah, that they do. So give me the score.
Honest to God, I think
do you really think that it's going to come down to another fail?
No, if I had to give you a real score, it'd probably be 28-20
in favor of
Commanders.
Okay.
I just Jane Daniels is a different beast.
So he should have been taken number 1 as opposed to 2.
How many years have I said this now? 2 years? 2 years. At our draft show, I told all the Bears guys Jaden Daniels should have been taken number 1 overall. So yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Even though I think Tyreek Stevenson, does have something to prove. There's Tremaine Edmonds is finally back in the fold, which is going to bolster their defense.
I think
as little as it's going to be.
I think Sewell's better. I don't think Sewell should be on the sideline.
Well, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it.
I know.
Frankie, get up here. And as I am waiting for,
What's up, brother?
What's your nickname?
Frankie Marinara Oliveira.
Frankie Marinara Oliveira.
Call me Frank, dude. Just call me.
Yeah, I know, Frankie. Okay, so what are your keys to the game to either a Bears victory, Bears loss? What do you got here? Enlighten me here.
I got 2 keys.
Okay.
One for sure is the run game, as I think Tyler said it before. You saw Ashton Jenny explode 2 weeks ago against the Bears run game defense, and they've given up 6.1 yards per carry, I'm pretty sure. So on average, as a rush defense. So it's the most in the league. So I mean that's got to change too. So stopping Bill Krosky-Merritt early, hitting him at the line of scrimmage, and keeping Jaden Daniels in the pocket, because as soon as that guy uses his legs and gets out of that pocket, we see amazing things out of him. He went to the NFC Championship game in his rookie year to lead a Washington team to the NFC Championship game in his rookie year. So I mean, just being able to keep him in that pocket, neutralize him, and stop their run game, because that's been the problem for this defense as of late, as the first 4 weeks.
Yep.
Weeks this season. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, considering the fact that it's been a very porous defensive line.
Yeah.
But the one thing that has been a very pleasant surprise going back the last 3 weeks, because I'm just gonna make believe that the Vikings didn't happen, where they blew that 21-point lead in the fourth. 17-point lead. Thank you. In the fourth, and then they got absolutely mollywopped by the Detroit Lions. Week 2, but then they were, the defense, and not necessarily the defensive line, but the secondary came in. All the turnovers that they caused, there was that, and then the trend continued. Excuse me. Wow. And the trend continued the very next week against Vegas. So if they're going into Vegas with that, then if they're going into Washington with that, then I think that it's going to be a great, thing for the Bears.
Yeah, of course, Geno is a way worse, in my opinion. I think he is. He's on pace to break the interception record this year, but Geno is way worse than James Daniels.
Right.
So that's the thing. Like you wanted to force Geno Smith to throw the ball down the field. So that's what it is. With Jaden Daniels, you gotta keep him in that pocket, as I said, and don't let him use his feet, because as soon as he gets out of that pocket, he finds plays and makes magic. So I mean, and that line needs to be better. Pressure him. I mean, you got Montez Sweat, the 11th highest paid DN in the league. Yep. He hasn't done anything. Done anything. Dayo Odeyingbo, you just signed them this year. Dayo Odeyingbo.
Yeah.
Dayo.
Yeah, well, it's a little confusing with your thick Chicago accent here. I will give you that much.
But yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
Just sign them too. And then DT, of course, Grady Jarrett now being out. You were saying that when is he going to ever play a game? I mean, seriously, just more pressure on Jaden Daniels, and he will make mistakes for sure.
Yeah. With everything going on right now, I mean, They definitely need to get going, but I just want to say thank you to Newman's Corner Pub here in Hampshire. Thank you for having us. And this has been another Chicago WRMN Bears Tailgate. Up next at 5 p.m., it will be the Chicago Bears pregame show on WRMN. I like that, Tyler. Not as good as us. Thanks to everyone for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to everyone in attendance. Frankie, Tyler, David, Adam, Nick, Andrew. I'm not going to thank myself, but thank you for manning the board in the studio, Matt McNeil. I appreciate it. And enjoy the game.
Bear down.
Bear down.